We out here. Ooh, perfectly timed. Perfectly timed. We perfectly timed, dude. Perfectly timed. What's up, Solar? Wheat, Rowan, Rayu, Ant. What's up, Warrior? Skip. Watching Spider-Man Brand New. Bro, George, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Tell me what you think about after. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Tell me what you think about after. I've already seen it 3 times. I've seen it 3 times. Feeling good after Epic win. Now Epic 7-time potential is like, you know, and nobody is landing here, so they are uncontested yet again. Sniper Dude and Ash Riley kind of going somewhere else. Okay. Ooh, hold up. They win the off spawn? Okay, hold up. Let's cut back a little bit. Let's cut back a little bit and watch the off spawn. They get the weapons right out of the gate. Shotgun B's down. Salco has the other angle, and they do win the off spawn without taking damage. That's 200 plus surge right out of the gates. 200 plus. What's up, Skellies? Paralta. Abdullah. Dude, Acorn, yo. Any other shenanigans going on? They are uncontested. Blizzy and teammate on the outside. It does look like Epic well protected to take shots. 3 builds left. Finds his way inside of the building, but goes down. This is where Pump is going to make his way on over. Clean up the elimination. They're 4 more points in the lead. You know? I actually think this could have been one of my worst. But that's just my own thought processes, I guess. Look at top mopping, bro. Literally, like in the first 2-3 games, these guys are in first, but you know, Process Plants won both EU and NA. Ooh, this is the only team that can really catch up. This is the only team that can really catch up. This is the leaderboard as of now. How do I click this off? 423, 344, 264. So every team is racing for Phoenix and Retro, while Phoenix and Retro is racing Epic, Well, and Pump. Did I join NA? I loved NA, bro. The only thing when I cast, the only thing I really ever asked for is not a runaway. So not, I guess, this situation. Let's see if any team can catch up to Epic, Well, and Pump, but you know. I'm not worried. I usually try to focus on this so I don't get distracted, if that makes sense. What went down game 1? What do you mean? Gotta be more specific. Fang Tang Dylan. Snevy Compton get the key. Trying to chase him out. So, pretty sure they just don't want to end up having to worry about him later on in the game. Don't be surprised if Well starts getting griefed by low team. The problem is, with only 2 spots to qualify, it's going to happen more than you will see on EU and NA. Because that's just the nature of the beast. There's only 2 spots. What do you expect teams to do? Lay down? You know what I mean? They're pushing them all the way back off the coast. Sorry, you know, now I'm starting to feel it a little. Okay. Gonna go ahead and pop the big, pick back up the peppers. Snevy still building up, making sure he doesn't lose line of sight of either one of these two. It almost feels like they're just playing straight for the eliminations here. Just trying to see if anywhere else is fighting on the map real quick. Outside of maybe one spot, nothing. Still clean as a whistle. Playing Tang Dylan still in the distance. And this is where they really have the decision. Oh, they're actually going to shockwave over onto the other side. Grab a whole nother angle. Not necessarily the worst thing, but Kwang Tang, he go ahead and shockwaves up. Both of those shots are going to land. A third shot is going to land onto Compton. He's going to get cleaned up. Stevie and Compton wanted to fight. Well, guess what? They're going to get a fight, but Stevie's making up for it. Getting the knock onto one. Not necessarily in a rush for the elimination yet, and he drops back down. He misses the shot, and Dylan's going to get the cleanup. Oh, no. Oh, somebody's getting lurked on right now. Minute and B-Dog are getting lurked on. Nope, B-Dog, he does get tagged up. He does go ahead and find a way to create a little bit of distance, but they are hot on the heels. Vort down below. You can see him try to shockwave up, take the other angles, but straight on his teammate's wall accidentally. B-Dog by himself needs to continue to buy time. Minute does shockwave back. That's going to be the thing. Just on the other side of that wall. Misses that first shot, though. Vort's going to hit his. So our Minute and B-Dog need to lay down the law. Let's go. Come on. Thank you, Emoji. Thank you, Arca. Bad day to be Boji fan. Bro, or you could learn that we got experience and tomorrow starts a new day. You know what I mean? It's not time to be sad yet. No, there's no time for it. Okay, shockwaving back on up. Fort does land the shot on the Minute. B-Dog still trying to take that extra angle. Minute backing up so he doesn't get boxed up. B-Dog putting down pressure. Allows for Minute to hit the shot, but packs it to one of his own. But it's not enough to get the down on the Minute because he returns back 4 seconds. Gets the elimination on the Pax. B-Dog lurking on the other side. Vort's going to be there. He's looking like he has to lurk around. I'm not even sure if he's out of builds or not, but he goes down. Minute and B-Dog are able to... I don't know. I was going to say defend the land, but... What's up? Good job on the casting. Say very close. That's all I can ever ask for, dude. WQLZ. Does look like they are leaving. The ARM boys are jumping onto CZR and Gabix, but they do so separately. Half damage still there. Not sure if they're going to take the win because there are 2 teams lurking towards the north. They have to be careful for. They're not necessarily focusing their attention in this direction, but anything is possible. Does look like they're going to go ahead and shockwave out together. And just try to create some distance. They're just going to take the small victories and move. What's up, Cash? McJazz. Tiny Ton on the outside. Salco Faxity. Zone rotating towards the north. They really don't have much. 4 weapons because they're missing items. Smoke. Guzzle Juice. Not bad, but not good either. Can't heal you in the zone. Or they're up here. One of them. Rag gun. Okay, so just going for the mending machine. Fast and Sprite in the middle. Kaizen, CZR, Gabix all there. Rag gun, Blood Gangsta. Decent loadout. Maybe another Chug Jug, but they could buy that later. Depending on where the zone goes, they might want to hunker down, buy the mending machine. Get some med kits. Not too bad of a position to be in. Oh, this is what I went to look at. Epic Realm Pump. 6 med kits. 2 Chug Jugs. Oh my god, dude. How? How do you let that happen? Overpeaked right there, guys. It's alright. Oh, his duo didn't load in. Or he crashed. His duo didn't load in or he crashed. I'm trying to remember who's on the leaderboard right now. Enacting Z-Link. There we go. They got the Mythic, 2 Quack Stacks. On top, inside of the Battlewood. Got to be careful. Enact still looting up towards the north. Zone is pulling teams there. Salmon sends. Phoenix Retro. They're all there as well. Him. Just trying to remember who's on the leaderboard real quick. Hold on. I have my leaderboard on the right monitor. But so is the chat. That's what makes it hard. What's up, Lou, Enzo? Alright, Zafu Bray. Honestly, it's the best loot we've seen him coming off of that spot. They got to be careful. Team's still on the mountain. That's Zeno. Zeno and Larcos, right? I saw the 7s and I saw the 1 up and I just immediately thought 7 up. They're trying to look on everybody. Mainly looking on teams, like, I guess, in the hunt for the most part. I think Timco and Suds are one of them. No? Am I wrong? No, they're top 10 right now. I know who I'm looking for. Why is there no points from yesterday? Actually, Salco returned back to their POI. Let's go and check the loot real quick. I just got to remember what the leaderboard. Not yet, Loaf. Fang Tang and Dylan are there, though. They're also moving back. Actually, he's making a lot of noise, but he finally probably heard the footsteps. Knows somebody's creeping around. Giving the information on over to Salco, though. Have to devise a little bit of a strategy, but hearing them use that boost. Knows they're disengaging. Probably hearing it in the feed. They're going to be okay. Bork's involved. Ooh. Heisen does get his duo back. He's already getting tagged off in the distance, but Fast and Sprite look like they could get an elimination here if they lurk just long enough. What are they getting out of it? Oh, they go and get all of their loot back. Okay. So there's really no reason for them to loot over there. Cougar, Trunks, all in the zone. Nobody really fighting right now. And that's what I usually look for, is fights as well. But really not going to find much. Do a poll? I don't know what to do a poll for. Crazy Central Day. What's up, Bisc? What's up, Tears? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. What the heck? What the heck? I don't even know what to react to right now. The 10 HP, the 10 gifted, Sweps gifted, a regular sub. What is going on? What is going on? WQ actually finds a medkit too. Chucky! Chucky! Which one are you, Chucky? Control the cams for the next 60 seconds. Ooh, Sprite, no. Oh, shots from the side. Oh, they're 500 above still. That's not even a lot of damage. Uh-oh. 475. Oh, there's no way anybody wins in this situation. That's the thing. Everybody's weak here. What is there? Oh, 123 below the damage threshold. WQ him and him in the same box. Sprite's able to land the first shot, but you see him dropping down to a sliver of HP. Kaizen's going to go down, so it's not all for nothing. Fast was able to at least get some damage. And then there's Dylan and Kwang Tang. They're one of the only teams out here that have just seen what's going on. Not sure how many players can take advantage of this, but it does look like it's a not winnable situation for either one of these two guys out here. Fast and Sprite, you can kind of see why they were lurking around. WQ's on the other side of that wall. Uh-oh. Just about how you play this situation. Playing for pieces. First shot's going to hit, and that one's going to hurt. 103. Falling further and further below. There's enough damage here if he does win this fight that he will get above the damage threshold. What is this guy's name? Oh, still, that's not even... There's a whole nother team rolling in. There's a whole nother team rolling in. Sniper Dude and Ash, they don't really have a lot of medkits. They have one each. They might need these elims. What's Weckless? Timco after? Yeah. Wolves? Wolves? Why does he have a Q? Alright, Wolves. Okay. Thank you. Oh, they're still fighting? There's a whole nother team. Scared and OKZ. They do have the med kits. Zone is cutting back. They don't necessarily need to go. Below surge versus above. Into the 2-tick. Okay, that one was close. That one was scary. Does have a couple extra med kits, but Fast. He gets eliminated nonetheless. Wolves going to be by himself. I'm not sure how he's going to find his way in. And then enters Faxity and Salco to the picture. Oh, Weckles. Weckles? Weckles, right? Weckles or Weckles? Weckles is one, Weckles is two. Weckles. Weckles. Okay. So we're good. It's not going to be perfect. I'm just saying. It's not going to be perfect. Us needs more love. I'm trying, bro. Send this to all your friends. Post it on Facebook. Put it on MySpace. You know what I'm saying? Put it on the forums, the MLG forums. At least they're in zone on the side. Ooh, no extra whites though. That's gonna hurt them a little bit. They're gonna go ahead and try to ease up the pain. 8 seconds. That would have been 16 damage, so not necessarily the worst idea. Scared down. Sniper moving in. Phenom not too far off either. Sniper dude and them, they do pull zone, but what are they going to be able to do with it? Not sure they're going to be able to do much. Sniper dude does make it in, but he's also 215 below the damage threshold. This is where things get tough. And right now, the only team in sight while Surge activates is going to be Faxity and Salco. This could be a blessing in disguise, though, because if they wait just long enough, he'll go down to himself. And right now, he just steps one too many feet in the wrong box. He's going to go down. Salco gets the elimination. And even though they don't get HP heals out of that situation, they are able to kind of maximize their materials out of this situation. Kaniton towards the outside. Epic Whale Pump made their way in. Looking towards the outside. KJ, LaHunt, Specs, Zafu all on the outside of zone. Phenom and Braden, they're there. They kind of preemptively stick their stake in the ground. I forget who I'm even looking for. I'm going to let you guys know. Ooh, let's see them. Let's see Mythic Pistol in action. Side of zone. Timco's there on the other side as well. Topping off with the Chug Jug. Nothing really to worry about between them two. They're safely put. Timco and Suds to build a little bit closer towards the zone. And as soon as Thoric and Quasro work their way in, they're immediately targeted out. Suds is going to put down pressure. He's trying to get this elimination, but in comes Thoric with the Shockwave. That's going to slow things down just a little bit, but they go from one target to the next. Thoric is now the next line of sight. Suds takes a big shot. He's going to have to refocus his attention here. Timco now trying to alleviate the pressure by putting down a little bit of his own, and that one almost quickly turned sideways. From Quasra down to one shot. Thor down to one shot. Suds feels like he might have just let that one slip through his fingers a little bit. Next zone pulls. Majority of the lobby does have it. Honestly, this is the furthest out you're going to get on this next rotation. Oh, third? But he missed out on Global's call if he's third. Oh my god, the aim. The aim. They got the get back. They got their payback. Quick couple of shots connecting there. Dylan still alive along with Quang Tang. They might be below the damage threshold or on that thin line. Does look like one's going to go down. Quang quickly going for the revive. They are absolutely out of everything here. Baxi and Salco got to go ahead and rotate on out. Quickly moving forward. I think it's Epic Whale and Pump. They were the ones right next to them on that rotation. Gotta be careful. Don't have to be in a hurry. Don't have to get desperate. You're 339 above the damage threshold. Timco and Suds, they go from one fight. No, another fighting spot. They're still 400 above, just trying to clear space, working their way through. I'm not sure if they know this guy's weak or not, but either way, he's going to use another Shockwave to extend his distance. Back to Salco. Looking good so far, 200 above still. Dylan Quang Tang on the other side. We got Borks and Evolve, 48 above the damage threshold. Ooh, nice shots on the Braden in the distance. Even though it doesn't look like he's going to be able to clean up the elimination for the loot, he is going to be able to inevitably pick that one back up. Smart decision to not Shockwave on over, though. That would have been toward the back side of the zone. We got Phoenix and Retro towards the front. They're one of the teams to quickly use that Shockwave in that box. See them trying to look through the builds, gather some extra intel about what's going on around them. 440 above. They know with only 3 players needing to go down, it's not necessarily a worry, but teams pushing into their box, that's what actually is. Could have been Timco and Suds on the other side. Uh-oh. Blood Gangsta. He's going to go down. That's Radgood's teammate, so Radgood now forced to play this one out as a solo. Baxi and Salco so far, 3 eliminations, 20 points. Almost in first place. Radgood, though, they got 4. They're going to be up together. Shockwave into the front side of the zone. They're also one of the teams in the top 2 hunt. Outside of it, they're easing their way in, and Ratgun needs a performance here to keep themselves looking strong because Phoenix and Retro are still up. And outside of Epicwell and Pump, they are one of the most consistent teams in this game so far. Actually, Salco's still up. Don't have to worry about Surge, so it gives them a different level of freedom. Blink on the other side, spotted out by Salco. Shockwaving in the box, just trying to give him the extra effect here. You can kind of see a lot of the material, a lot of the resource being pushed up onto Salco. You can see him looking for any opportunity here. Onto the side, onto the left, peeping through the stairs, into familiar territory. That's going to give him a little bit of an advantage here. Not having to dig deep into those pockets. Got Rapid and Extinct on the other side. They're elevated just a little bit. They're not worried about much. Top 18 situation. Scared Okazy, they're going to be on the bottom. Multiple teams on either side of their box, including Scissor and Velo. Sam's going to be stuck by himself. Sens is going to go down. That's Olaf who picks up elimination. He could have been a solo. Either way, KJ can get it. Velo's getting tagged up as well. They're all getting drawn the attention their way as Sam's finally going to get taken down. Faxity, they're looking for an opportunity down below. Vork's going to fall. Nice shot by Faxity. He's going to get the down. Again, it's not necessarily for Surge. It's for the loot. Zone's pushing back their way, so maybe they could try to make an attempt to drop down below, but they get surprise attacked on a whole nother layer. The wall is left open. Scared still down, so they haven't been able to get the points just yet. 36 and counting here today. They're not necessarily too concerned. They realize they have to abandon that plan and keep on going with the flow. Enact gets tagged up big. Salco firing on all cylinders here. Trying to go for another elimination. Faxity down below, and he's going to be able to pick it up as well. Z-Link on the other side of the wall. Lands a monster of a shot onto Faxity, dropping him down to just 2 HP. Minis don't matter. Zone's pushing him out. He can't take a tick. He tries to have to find his own clear path. 100 on the Chug Jug, and he's eventually going to fall. But plays are definitely going to be made. Guzzle Juice actually working out. Questioned it in the beginning of the game. But it's definitely something that Salco is able to utilize here. Rapid and Extinct. Ooh, a ball gets run down. Retro Phoenix still up. They're looking strong. Basically full health and HP. On high ground, though, Epicwell and Pump. They've already won back-to-back games yesterday. This could be their 4th victory royale of the tournament. If they could just go ahead and defend any players that could potentially shockwave on up. Maybe not make the mistake of going down below. You can see Blink hiding. He's the one that's taking a little bit of the attention from Pump. Epicwell's lurking around. I'm not sure they hear the audio visuals, but they are getting their materials ran through by Pump up above. Finally, the shots are going to possibly trade off. Both teams missing. They just go ahead and go right back on up. They're just trying to stay to their pedestal. Peralta, Devry, they're down below. Plenty of materials. Over 700 mats for them. But when it comes to the heal off, absolutely zero chance. So they're going to have to fight their way through it. Pivotron, Blink. They're going to find themselves with another elimination onto Zyro. 1 of 2 solos that were in this game. Now there's only 1 left. Blink and people on one side. You can see Phoenix and Retro on the other side of that wall. Quickly distracted by what's going on around them. They're hearing the shots, and they're losing focus. Phoenix and Retro, they go down to Z-Link. It's the only solo I do believe left in this game. Z-Link gets back-to-back eliminations here. Trying to keep himself looking strong. Epicwell and Pump finally getting contested. He accidentally slides and falls a little bit too far down. A lot of damage from the zone. It's just going to eat at him. It's going to put him into one-shot territory. Pump is going to give him the Chug Jug. They realize this might not come down to a heal-off scenario, but Z-Link as a solo, he's going to go up, try to take the high ground, putting good shots on the Pump, distracting Epicwell. He's still going to go down, but he still made that play. He distracted them just long enough. They're not even inside of the zone anymore. Pump tries to find his way back to the 80 Chug Jug. Simply not going to be enough. And he eventually goes down. Peralta, Devry, they're going to get the eliminations and somehow slip their way into a win. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. Yo, thank you, Autumn. Usually when I'm casting, I just can't see nothing, so. So Epicwell gets second. So even though he doesn't get another 4th win, still collects 55 plus points, 56 plus points. That was a good game for Facts. It was for both of them, bro. 5 elims, I think it was. Shadow, thank you, bro. It was my pleasure as well. If people are entertained by it, I feel like I did my job because that's what I strive. Right, Rich? I agree with that. The skin and shoe combo is sick. This is the best. I'm telling you, this is the best. You know how to mix and match. Like, you know, I wish Acorn or Bolts would have won with this skin. Or somebody, you know, would have won a game in it. All right. Hopefully a refresh. Yep. 495. So it's down to 99 points. But still, 99 points. They go down to 5th. I think they're able to increase the gap just a little bit between them, Phoenix, and Retro. But between Enact and Z-Link, 1 more placement point, 12 more points in elims. They closed the gap just a little bit. Still a bunch of games today, so there's still a lot to go on. Ratgun and Blood Gangsta. Ratgun still able to clutch out a 16th place with 4 eliminations. Not necessarily by himself, 2-2, but hey, with Blood Gangsta going down, he's still able to make it work. Zyro and Darky, 6th place, 4 eliminations, moving up the leaderboard as well. So if anybody, both of these teams could potentially end up getting landed on today. Both of these teams. Top 2 qual. If somebody wants to play for a win, or if somebody wants to play for a global spot, either one of those teams can end up getting landed on. Sauco and Faxi move into 19th place. 19th place. Yo, thank you, Revere. I see Fax getting top 10. You think it's what is top 10 right now? 229. I mean, it's not impossible. It's honestly not impossible. But there's only 5 games left, which means time to close the gap for top 2 is running out. What did they actually place in that game? 9th with 6 elims? That's not bad. That's not bad. They were schmoovin' in that game together. They were schmoovin'. Can they win the off spawn again, though? That's the thing. I think Timco can do 236. I mean, it's possible. As long as you're not like a massive deficit and you're willing to play for the win. You know, like these guys have to be able to like eventually, you know, take matters into their own hands. I'm trying to see. Crisp, Gino, Trunk, Cougar, Pox, Quastra, Minute, and B-Dog. Have they been contested every game? Or are they just fighting every game? Brain Zafu, 29th. Dino Larcos, 27th. Yeah, 35th in that last game. Not the way you want to start the day. Rapid Extinct moving up. Jules and Bean, 47th. So they lost the off spawn to Scissor and Bello. Where are Scissor and Bello? Right below them on the leaderboard. So, okay. Basically going back and forth, back and forth. Here we go. That's a lot of the leaderboard. That's not bad, right? We're scared. 28th. 126. That's not bad, bro. That's not bad. This is not a bad day 1. They're still keeping it close for top 2. Enact and Z-Link trying to close the gap. They do it a little bit between them and second, not necessarily first. Then everybody else kind of lost out on an opportunity. It's close in the sense of there's 5 games left. If these guys go down once and these guys have another 4th place, like, come on. Let's be real. We've seen it on NAC. First. I'm not talking about first. I'm not talking about the chance to win, by the way. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about for globals, which is top 2 on West. It's close. It's one mistake away. And obviously, if we go to game 11 and 12, maybe the conversation is different. But because there's 5 games and a lot of time for mistakes, you know? Banks, you don't want the 7-time FNCS champion Epic Well? You don't want the 3-time FNCS champion Pump? And yes, I talked in future tense, if that's a thing. You're good, Biscuit. It's all good. You want Enact to win? To win the tournament or qual? Or both? Good question. Good question. Are you going to stream Last Chance Grands for West? Wait, let me see. When is that? We'll see. We'll see. I kind of want to, but we'll see how the schedule looks then. What's up, Kitsune? 6 of 12. Right now he's 3. He got five games to win 3 to go for the 6 of 12. 5 games to win 3. Not bad odds. All right, let's see. Hold up. 2 minutes. 2 minutes until we're in the next game. How many equal globals in last chance? I think it's... I don't remember NAC, surprisingly enough, but I'm pretty sure it's 1 for all the small regions. Pretty sure it's 1. He deserves to have to get second with cost of 5 on his first grands. Okay. What's up, Liz? All right. So 1 minute. 1 minute and we'll be in the next game, which means I'm going to let the replay go. The replay is the winner of the last game. And when we come back, hopefully, if I timed it right, we're going to be in the next game, which is game 8, I think, or something. I don't know. They're going to find themselves with another elimination onto Zyro. 1 of 2 solos that were in this game. Now there's only 1 left. Lincoln people on one side. You can see Phoenix and Retro on the other side of that wall, quickly distracted by what's going on around them. They're hearing the shots, and they're losing focus. Phoenix and Retro, they go down to Z-Link. It's the only solo, I do believe, left in this game. Z-Link gets back-to-back eliminations here, trying to keep himself looking strong. Epic Well and Pump finally getting contested. He accidentally slides and falls a little bit too far down. A lot of damage from the zone. It's just going to eat at him. It's going to put him into one-shot territory. Pump is going to give him the chug jug. They realize this might not come down to a heal-off scenario, but Z-Link as a solo, he's going to go up, try to take the high ground, putting good shots on the Pump, distracting Epic Well. He's still going to go down, but he still made that play. He distracted them just long enough. They're not even inside of the zone anymore. Pump tries to find his way back to the 80 chug jug, simply not going to be enough. And he eventually goes down. Peralta, Devry, they're going to get the eliminations and somehow slip their way into a win. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. So I lied. I timed it wrong. It's just any second now. 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 And Ian, no, I do this out of passion, dude. This is just passion. This is just me for the love of the game. Did I copy and paste it right? Hello? I don't even know if that was the same code I did, but I don't know. You think Alex will well, the problem is all the same teams could potentially be in, right? So it's still open to everybody. Yo, the final guy? What's up, final guy? Bro, is it bugging or is that just me? Hello? Okay. Texture, Twang Tang. They are getting contested again, though. They are getting contested again. What's up, Seeks? Not bad, right? Let's see if they can handle the pressure now. They don't want to fly too low, get tagged up by any teams that might be landing underneath. I think there might be one at the split on the mountain. Uh-oh. Oh, he lost it. He lost the weapon. He lost the weapon on one side. Sauko's down. Backcity's down. Oh no. Ah, it's just heartbreaking to me at least. Ash and Sniper dude contested. He has it down on the one, but Tiny Town is going to be able to get the revive. ARs, rapid fire. That's what he needed to do. He just needed to mow down that wall with the rapid fire. Oh, downs him again. Okay. Oh, Chris with the shotgun. Okay, another off-spawn fight. Epic and Pump uncontested again. Phoenix Retro uncontested again. Yeah, Dean, most valuable Puerto Rican. It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate, Solar. I can't believe you cursed it. I'm gonna hurry and blame you just so it's not me. Take that ice cream. I don't even know. Okay, they're on one side. They have one elim from off spawn. Weckles? Say that right? Gotta say that right. Epic Pump, Calamari, Phoenix Retro, Frosted Flakes. Frosted Flats. Okay, so still having a chance to loot up a little bit. Not bad. Down to a 1v1. Oh, get the toes, get the toes, get the toes. Get the toes. Okay, so no more toes. What's the code? 867-5309. Oh, and he gets the cone over. He gets the cone over. Oh, but he doesn't take the shot. Turn is turning the tides of the fight. I don't know why he tried to shockwave out. Oh no. Trexer and Shotgun B. Okay. Not bad. Any other fights you might be forgetting about here? Panic, maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit, but it's alright. I'll do that too. Good days today. Good days. Okay. See what we got going down here at the Grove. OC, Slick Seas, Silk Seas. Oh, decent shot. Not a shield cracking one. But he's definitely trying to turn the fight in his favor. Goes for another. Misses that opportunity, but that's okay because he's just pushing pressure all around. Forcing him down below. Clearing out whole covers. OC realized he was in a pushable position. He quickly backs on up. Building some extra space. Trade shots with Keen. Neither one landing, but they're fighting for control here. And OC is going to get a little bit more of it. Silksies does take a little bit of damage, so he's going to continue to back on up. What was OC's name before? Disengaging out of the Grove. Who's on the other side of this? Minute and B-Dog. Not bad. Why you guys do that? Why you do that? Tyler Walker, I don't know if you have a chat to scroll up, but there you go. B-Dog minute, putting down pressure. The final guy, why you guys do that? Dude, I just want to see them flip that switch right now. I want to see them flip that switch. I know how good this team can be. That's the thing. Oh, okay. Goes right back on up, trying to cut him off, but he gets beat either way. Scared, shockwaving up. Not necessarily out, but B-Dog's going to drop. Okay, he wins his fight. Minute wins his. He runs one down. He has a wall advantage here. He's trying to use the Spire rifle to break his way through, but Minute is not backing down. Trying to go for the cleanup. Only hits the tail end, but it's just enough for him to get eliminated either way. He's trying to save B-Dog from actually getting eliminated here. Or at least to the best of his ability. Big pot's being passed around. Minute using all this time to heal. Scared doing it as well. Still trying to block him off. Is that not his wall? Or did he miss the edit? What's up, Ahmed? Oh, scared. A little bit too late. The revive's off either way. Tries to create distance with the shockwave. He does so the first time. While B-Dog is healing, Minute is going on the chase. Didn't hear a second shockwave. That's the thing. So there's only so far he could have went. There's only so far he could have went. They have 5 shockwaves. Not bad. They can go back to Wonky Land, get the rest of their loot. Get the rest of their gold. Oh, so it does look like they're just going to let him get away. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe they left either. They let him live. Snevy Compton rotating up. Bypassing Jules and Bean. Check on first place real quick. Gotta check on first place. Lurking above. Epic in the distance, but you can see Epic when they do this, they're constantly watching over one another. What's up, Mayhem? Or you remind me of that insurance commercial. That your username reminds me of that insurance commercial where the guy is Mayhem. You probably bodied me. That's probably why you remember. Because you probably got like a nasty clip. You bodied me. I'm in your montage and you'll never forget. Okay. Bro, what's up, bro? I don't mind it. They have chemistry together. Leading up to that event, weren't they like looking really good when it was trios? Uh-oh. Did they go for the loot? Was that Chris and Tiny Ton's loot? Yeah, that was theirs. They need it too, because 16 HP, gonna use that med kit. After that, they really don't have much. 0 gold, 67 gold. This is not look good, but thank you for the bits, brother. Just always know you don't have to. You would, bro, Solar, you can't be making that claim when he's like 7 million points ahead. Where's Phoenix and Retro? This is the only team that can catch up. This is the only team that can catch up. And you can see, even with them on 52, 72, so it's still a 20-point gap. What's up, Subby? Hopefully your vacation was nice. Got a chance to reset, relax, before you qualified to globals through last chance qualifier global thing. Ooh, they get zoned too. They really don't have to leave the mountain, and now they have the luxury to be able to kind of look back. Off the side, they see the last game winners down below. They're already in zone, so really nothing to worry about. This is where more people are using the 0 point to make their way in. Epic on pump off the backside of this mountain. They're going to have to rotate on in, but they have their big surge base. They could shockwave off. They have the launch pad below. So options, options, options. Who's first on NAC? Me and somebody else. Generational curse, bro. Honestly, it's like a Stephen A. Smith curse. That's like a LeBron. That's like the Drake curse. Any team he goes for loses. Still patting the stats though. Spire rifle. I love that. I love the addition. I think the Spire rifle made him. Do you think the Spire rifle made FNCS better, or do you think it would have been better with the Stinger SMG? 437 above. Centro and Lux gonna have to rotate down. Ooh, that's a good amount of damage though, landing on the Centro. 486. Yeah, I think Spire made it a little bit better. Teams are actually able to get surge. Spire ruined the game. Why? So, Queasy, you would have rather the Stinger? You would have rather, like, somebody spray at your box for surge? Oh, wow. Maybe it's just my preference because I crumble under pressure. Okay, I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. That I get now. But I don't know. In my thing for the Stinger, okay, so I can get that and the 50 headshot. I mean, we just saw it on Centro. I guess in my head it rewards a game plan, but maybe not. 'Cause this is the game plan. Hard. Damn. Surprised that wasn't a lot of damage, but pump with the pistol. Now they're going to have to rotate on out, but 700 above, next zone, pulling their direction is not bad. Why was I thinking that same thing? Or vice versa, one of the two? I was thinking something. You could sit center and hold teams with 50 bullets. I just imagine getting double sprayed with a Stinger and trying to think, like, what's more annoying? Double sprayed with a Stinger or double sprayed with a Spire? Because I've been double sprayed with both. Alright, just trying to see who else. I'm trying to remember the leaderboard. Ratgun and Blood Gangsta are another one of the teams. We've got to check on Z-Link. Off the top of the mountain, Quastra gets 2 onto Cougar and Trunks. Trying to look where Z-Link is at. They had a good game 1. They got the Mythic on the north side. Bray and Zafu are the ones getting targeted right now. Even in metal, they're at least trying to make something stick. Okay. At least not double stingers, probably. Thank you, Hudson. We were playing pistol over Stinger, though. Everyone ran Spire. Yeah. Wonder what it would look like with both the Stinger and the Spire in. Dude, if you time your Spires right, you can probably have... If you time your Spires right, you could probably put down infinite pressure as long as you have ammo. 100 ammo. That's what I'm saying. If you time it right, you could probably put down infinite pressure. All right, Nax Z-Link. Only 153 above. Top 68. They're going to... Oh. Okay, not necessarily the best shock here. And Nag tags one before he rotates on out. But he takes a little bit of damage and even gets sidelined for a quick second. B-Dog finds another elimination. Suds is able to take down Velo. CZR and Gavix are the ones staying back. Trying to cut everything short. Who else has to rotate in? Weckles has to rotate in. Darts has to rotate in. Minute and B-Dog on one side. Ratgun and Blood Gangsta on the other. Does Arcanada win LCG on West? I mean, you got to think if Kanata and Vic played and got that much of a lead, I would think Kanata and Arc could, but I don't know. $453 above. Not a bad spot for them. They found it on the edge, but it goes all the way across. Luckily for them, there is a path where they don't need ultimate elevation, but right now they're getting sprayed. Probably seen as the weakest link further down, farther back. The whole left side, for the most part, relatively clear in comparison to the right side of the zone or the south side versus the north, depending on who you're looking at. Blink, Peepo. Right on top, they're just trying to get some damage down. Epic Well and Pump, they were the ones trying to start a little bit of that lobby spray. 669 above the damage threshold. They still have a med kit, Chug Jug, multiple shockwaves to utilize. And I do like that. We were talking about the south side being as congested as it actually was. They're going to quickly rotate towards the north and then start to work their way in. They made a priority in the early game, part of their drop spot, to focus on the surge, build themselves enough of cushion to where they go through moments just like this. They get tagged up on their way there. If it is a max pull, they have the luxury to not have to jump back and play desperate. Multiple teams shockwaving over. Kind of hear the nuisance coming through from the rest of the lobby. Phoenix and Retro, they're the ones that are allowing for Pump and Epic Well to start their height take, but Pump almost gets kicked off. That's okay. That was Crossroad that tried to do the kicking. Pump has his teammate Epic Well putting down the pressure, making sure that it's not going to be for free. But on the other side, Ratgun and Blood Gangster see an opportunity and they take it. They get the knock onto Pump. The elimination gets cleaned up as well. Not necessarily finding this one on the Epic Well, but this is the moment. These are the moments here that you have to take down them both. If they saw that was Pump, they needed to take down Epic, because otherwise you're allowing him to play for a solo clutch. You're allowing him to gain some more points and continue to make it mathematically impossible for some teams to catch up. He's dealt a new hand here, and he's going to stagger himself back to the zone. Retro and Phoenix, if they can start picking up a flurry of eliminations, that could be the perfect moment for them to close the gap between themselves in second place and first place overall. They quickly build in, taking some storm damage. It's a worthwhile sacrifice for them, so that way they can have a good spot to make it in towards zone. One hop with the shockwave, or they can continue to top. The options are endless, but Rems and Imp on the other side, they quickly peek. Phoenix continue to put down the law, making sure that nobody is going to be too close by. And this is where it continues to get interesting. Quastro gets spotted out on the other side. I don't see Thoric anywhere, so he's been having the struggles of playing this one as a solo. Blood Gangsta, Ratgun, they're the ones who got that elimination initially onto Pump. They didn't finish the job, but that was their 6th elimination. They have bigger things to worry about. They might not necessarily be worried about first just yet. Top 2 for Global Championship on this region, so that might be looming in the back of their mind. Phoenix and Retro, they look back at the perfect time. They get that first knock onto Ratgun, but multiple players overextending their stay at the backside of the zone, kind of causing them to pause in time, separate themselves from one another. Now one's on the backside, the other one's on the front. Is Epic Well still up? He is. From top 24 to top 16 as a solo. He found 4 different floppers, so HP and staying in the zone isn't necessarily going to be a problem for him. He can take huge chunks of damage at a time before it becomes a worry. But he gets to the front. Low ground starting to target him out. Finishing off the rest of this Chug Jug. Not going to get him to 200 effective shield and HP, but he's going to use the 91 instead to make that a possibility. But he's lurking all around, trying to keep his lead intact. Top 13. Once he reaches the top 10, that's when you get half of the placement points that you get in an entire game. Most of them inside of the top 5. How far can he take a run here by himself? Minute. Still going strong, able to get an elimination onto one. Enact goes down. B-Dog gets another one as well. Epic Well just storming the beaches right now, just ruining game after game down below. He wasn't able to reap any reward from it, though, other than the placement points of staying alive. He finds B-Dog. He gets greedy. He finally goes down. That's Retro and Phoenix that get the elimination, and this is their only chance with how well Epic Well and Pump have been playing to close that gap. They had multiple second places so far in this tournament to Epic Well and Pump themselves. That counted at least 40-something plus points they missed out by not getting actual victory royales. They cannot let more of those points slip through their fingers. It's a top 7 situation. There's 4 players running around as solos, a problem that they do not have to deal with, but pressure from up above. They're out of builds. They're scrambling right now to find the answer, and they could have found a clue. The backside of zone, Siphon, could it be enough? Top 6. Everybody left alive is going to be a duo. Compton and Snevy on one side. Braden and Phenon up above. This is where the kings are crowned. Can Phoenix and Retro do it? Phoenix slides in, no builds, tries to land that first shot into Snevy, getting forced back. Still, no chance to really defend himself as Compton goes for a jump shot. He gets dropped into the palm of their hands. He goes down. Elimination comes to fruition. Compton and Snevy trying to will themselves back into it. They may have missed out on early points by losing a fight last game, but you cannot make those mistakes again. Snevy cancels his heels to go after Retro. He goes down. Double chugs all around. Retro now by himself in a 1v2 situation. That's Braden and Phenom towards the outside. He takes a little bit too much damage. He has no builds to make his way on back. Retro with 23 HP does. He gets inside of the zone. One shot's Phenom. Can he go back to back? This is a moment where he needs the Siphon, and he gets it to stay alive. Not enough left on the Chug Jug, but he brought it down to a 1v1 situation. Braden trying to break his way into the spire. He gets into the box, but it's definitely not what he wanted. 1v1 versus Retro. Wrap it up, folks. 8 eliminations. Their chance to close the gap is here. Okay. Why did he do that, though? How did they lose that? Why did he do that? How did they lose that? Yo, Dylan, I've said that would be, my thing. I just don't. All right, no builds. We're just going to say it was no builds. And the pressure. What's up, Engineer Dad? I'm trying to see if I missed anything. I'm not. But Retro is disgusting. Retro is disgusting. I believe they said on the broadcast it was. All right, let's see the leaderboard. This was before the game. Remember, 99 points. 99 points was the difference before the game. Wow. 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 40-point difference. While they fight for top 2, look at this. 140 points to qualify. There's 4 games left. Phoenix and Retro. If you guys watch any of my YouTube videos where I talked about NA West, if you guys watch any of them, there's one team I talked about the most. And it's them. They're the new guard of the region. They're the new guard. Epic Well and Pump, okay, three wins. 3 wins. Still got to give them their credit. 40-point lead. Phoenix and Retro still need to do something like that again. Epic Well and Pump, if you look at their match history, 14th, 8th, 1st, 14th, 2nd, 9th. Okay, so their worst game so far, 14th. Not bad. Phoenix and Retro, 3rd, 18th, 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, 12th, 5th, 1st. They finally got the chip off their shoulder. Enacton Z-Link, 352. Blood Gangsta Ratgun, 338. Compton Snevy, 301. Top 5, all in 300s. Compton and Snevy, like I said. Vorks and Evolved. Timco Suds. Peralta Debris. Zyro Darky. Gavik CZR. Icy Zaire. Soul KJ. Silksy's OC. Jules Bean. Scissor Velo. Braden Phenom. Send Sam. Hern Mez. Mukatov. Mopping. Variant and Wiz. Saoko Faxley dropped down to 23rd. Again, from not horrible. They could try to make a comeback still for top 15. We got to bring the energy, bro. But I also got to turn on my fan. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. What are your biggest surprises or top two? Top two call. What are your biggest surprises or your biggest letdowns? Hi. Biggest surprises, biggest letdowns. What happened to Clicks? He made land. What do you mean? Thought an act would play better? What do you mean? They're 3rd place. Or you think contend? We got 3 a.m. We got 7. Yeah, and Clicks literally kept them in the game. Rapid was down. Clicks went like full avatar mode. Like, he had all the elements. He was flowing like water, bro. Like, you should have seen it. Sphinx and Vidil. What? Breaking news. Breaking news here, folks. You guys heard it. Not here first, but maybe you did. Sphinx, Vidil. Potential new duo in the making. More at 11. Okay, that makes sense then. No, but I mean, that wasn't full box, though. They ran up on him. I'm not sure that was their ramp. But, I mean, who knows? Dude, I said that to you. No, I know you did. That's the joke! Who's going Heat Wave? Oh, Sphinx of a deal. I mean, Sphinx was going Heat Wave before with Kanata. They were fighting against Shadow Virgo. Maybe they wanted Uncon because Shadow and Virgo are already called globals, so I can kind of understand that. And I don't think that... Were they necessarily losing the fight? I'm not even sure they were necessarily losing the fight. But maybe I didn't watch as many scrims as everybody else, so... I didn't watch as many scrims. Yeah, 4 total. All the small regions had 4 total. Night 1 of SummerSlam with you on the side monitor because I missed night 1. Bro, I missed all of it. I missed all of it except for the little clip. The little clip that I got at the end. At the end. Alright, so when is next... Yo, thank you for the bits, though. Hopefully that match entertains, because I'll eventually see it. 4 minutes until next game. 4 minutes. I'll definitely... You know, I always watch it. Maybe, you know, sooner rather than later. Spider-Man, though, different story. I had to see that ASAP. Do you remember who called EWC on West? Sauco and Z-Link. Kanata and Vic. Retro and Phoenix. Epic Well and Pump. Epic Well and Pump. I said at 24 on the clock, we should be getting the game. We got like 3 minutes now. You go to sleep. Have a good rest of your stream too, or rest of your night. Good rest. Wake up refreshed. You know, have a nice breakfast. You know, I don't know if you like pancakes, waffles. You know, maybe go and grab some of those. Put them in the microwave. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know why I said microwave. I have a question for you since you're on broadcast. Why do they do the same broadcast between games on regions that don't have... Why do they do... I don't know. I actually asked myself that same question as I watch West. I don't know. I assume the time is in Fortnite, if that makes sense. That would be my assumption. How long did I say? Got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. That would be my assumption. But again, thank you for the bits. If a deal misses flight to come to NA tomorrow. How? Didn't EU end a long time ago? Was it a connecting flight? Isn't it for people to ready up? It's for whatever you think it is. 'Cause I don't know why. Make sure I have the code. Just kind of getting prepped. Getting prepped now. Let's win the off spawn. Let's have Faxley and Salco win the off spawn. Let's all hope. Let's all hope. But it was 100% trolling. Okay, see? We got Ozzy laying down the law. Mr. Fortnite said it himself. 100% trolling. He also said good casting today. I was thinking a little bit, you know, myself, 50-50. But if he said it, when did I get text-to-speech? That makes me feel so good. 17 months. 17 months. We got 1 minute to wait. 1 minute to wait until our next game. So let's just watch that amazing clutch one more time. And when we come back, we'll be in next game. Top 6. Everybody left alive is going to be a duo. Compton and Snevy on one side. Brayden and Phenon up above. This is where the kings are crowned. Can Phoenix and Retro do it? Phoenix slides in, no builds, tries to land that first shot into Snebby, getting forced back. Still, no chance to really defend himself as Compton goes for a jump shot. He gets dropped into the palm of their hands. He goes down. Elimination comes to fruition. Compton and Snebby trying to will themselves back into it. They may have missed out on early points by losing a fight last game, but you cannot make those mistakes again. Snevy cancels his heels to go after Retro. He goes down. Double chugs all around. Retro now by himself in a 1v2 situation. That's Brayden and Phenom towards the outside. He takes a little bit too much damage. He has no builds to make his way on back. Retro with 23 HP does. He gets inside of the zone. One shot's Phenom. Can he go back to back? This is a moment where he needs the siphon, and he gets it to stay alive. Not enough left on the chug, but he brought it down to a 1v1 situation. Brayden trying to break his way into the spire. He gets into the box, but it's definitely not what he wanted. 1v1 versus Retro. Wrap it up, folks. 8 eliminations. Their chance to close the gap is
Ooh, like I said, I timed it right. I'm one for two-ish today. I'm 1 for 2-ish today. Bro, but yo, Butchie, I don't believe that, dude. Thank you for the bits, though. What's up, Kivo? Ozzy, I think Ozzy beats me in a 1v1. Like a Fortnite 1v1. I'm pretty sure Ozzy beats me. I've seen him do triple edits. I can't do triple edits. What's up, Endu? Uh-oh. Backcity's down. I got distracted. It's okay, because Salco can still try to clutch up here. 1v2 situation. Does have double spires, minis. Oh, he's just trying to make his way on out. Did hit a little bit more of it. Oh, he finds a striker. Literally gets gifted an opportunity to fight back. If Salco wins this 1v2. Come on. Come on, bro. We need to get everybody get up. If anybody is in their seats right now, you're a fake fan. If you're a fake fan, if you're in your seats, get up.
get up. I don't care if it's replay mode and you guys already know what happened. Let's just show the support right now because Sauko can do it. If anybody can do it, it is going to be him. He is farming up. 9 builds. Tagged from the side. Shield goes out the window. They break in the box. No, I should have sat down. I really believed. I really believed. Where are the other fights? So no one's contesting them yet. And no one's contesting them yet. Heatwave Harbor. Oh, they're trolling. They're trolling, though, Biscuit. They're trolling. I trust Ozzy more than I trust the Sphinx Suite. As silly as that may sound. Oh, it's not troll? Did I understand him wrong? Feels 100% trolling. Wait, what? It isn't, dude. What? Okay, well. So at that point, does Vidil even come to the States? That's my question. He missed the flight. If he's still where he's at, does he even come to the States? Or does he stay and try to play EU? You know what I mean? At that point, you stay, right? What's going down here? I'm ready for it. Okay, he's staying EU. Okay. Oh, he just went right in. He went right in, going to work. Maybe a little bit too far in. OC as well. Seems like they might be biting off just a little bit more than they can chew. Not necessarily efficient with the minis, just trying to be quick on the heels. Material being passed around. Oh, okay. I see what you're thinking. Outside of the box for sure. Can they use the bot to their advantage? Yeah, Zyko, it's bound to happen every major. I'll never believe teams are confirmed until they queue up. Obviously, there's some exceptions. Okay. Slixies is up on the other edge. He's getting pushed, shockwaved up. That's Dylan trying to get in the box. Nothing necessarily working, but both sides playing tank. Dylan just trying to figure out a way to 2v1 on the Slixies. And so far, it's working. Shield's getting tagged up again. Having to drop right back down below. One shockwave left now. This is a fight I thought they would be able to win. But right now, it's just looking tough. They're on the back foot the entire time. They really haven't been able to hit that game-changing or fight-changing shot yet. You can kind of see they're forced to shockwave away. 6 builds for him. Nice shot on Dylan, though. Finally, they're able to fight back. Try to turn this fight around. Not sure how possible that's going to be, but give themselves a chance. That's the most important thing. OC backing up as well. But they're going to go ahead and take the Void Boss. I don't think so. You think so? Who would Rapid have played with? And there's Hearn there. Epic Pump, still good. Retro, I know, went to the zone somewhere because that's what he does. Oh, no, he's going to fight on the other side. Wait, what? Wait, what? It's every team below top 2's dream right now for them to go down. But thank you again for the bits. Okay. It's like, okay, lurking around. That was a good amount of damage. They might need to get some damage back for Surge. Ooh. Z-Link, Velo. Timco and Suds do clean up Z-Link. And that's who had the Mythic Pistol, so they're not going to be able to get that one back. I think Jules got an elimination in the distance.
Couple teams in Sinister. What is like? Does no one ever just care about this boss, or is this in replay mode only? Is this replay mode only? Or is it just not worth people's time? Okay. Dude, Solar, that's the cube boss thingy. First off, thank you for the bits. Second off, I would need to see who makes it to that finals lobby. I mean, let me see real quick. If you want a real answer. I don't know if I want to give you a real answer, but I'll give you a real answer. Last 2 spots. Probably Vic Queasy, honestly. They don't even need to play, like, massively better than they did now. But if they could play, I think, just good enough. Oh, what is wrong with this leaderboard? This thing never works for me. Moneymaker for Nyan, honestly. Trying to see. Maureen Cooper already have it. Uga Braids, yes. They would have played like they did day 2, like they did day 1, or if they played day 2 and day 1 the same, we'd probably be having a different conversation. Visuals and threats. Obviously, it just really depends on who gets in that lobby, and you know, do you want to keep it uncon and stuff like that? Because obviously, I think you guys know now, like how no one's safe ever. Phoenix Retro, after taking damage in that one fight, they're not able to get elims. You can see them kind of missing some chug jugs down to minis and bigs, which aren't even maxed out. Make their way back to a mending machine. So realizing that play probably was a little bit of a mistake. Look how spread out everybody is. Yo, good night, Ahmed. What do you mean, Viper? Is it still triple con? It was to start the tournament, wasn't to end the tournament. Bro, so I said that on stream. Like, sometimes being contested is good for some. Like, obviously not triple contested, but it just, the way the surge is, the way the zones can go. Okay, so we're fighting. Round 2. Suds is down. Larkos and Zeno enter in as well, but he is going to try to finish off the reboot, and that's immediately who they're going to go after first. Suds not going to be able to touch the ground. Timko is going to be down below by himself. Suds quickly cleaned on up. This is where it's getting interesting. Oh, big shot. Big shot by Timko. Can he do it again? Oh my god. Back. Oh my god. He's taking their lunch money. He's taking their lunch money right before their very eyes. Don't let him take tomorrow's as well. You got to be able to back up and disengage from this fight. And there's another player up above. That's likely a solo, but there's another player up above. It's Pax. Probably looking for a reboot we can access as well. Larkos just going to let him get away with it. Does look like Larkos is going to let him get away with it. He's going to shockwave on out. Look to create distance. And basically concede all the loot to Suds. What did he bring with him? The chug jugs, loadout, shockwaves. Going right into Sens and Sam, though. That's the thing. Going right into Sens and Sam. Bray and Zafu up above. Quick check. 3-weapon loadout and a chug. We got extra med kits. He ended up with a gold shotgun, which is good. Damn, Timko got it. Uh-oh. Bray and Zafu's chance to shine right now. They hear the shockwave as well. They hear the shockwave, and right now Larkos is just having a hard time. He's going from one team to the next, and it doesn't look like they're going to go ahead and take that fight. They're just going to go ahead and continue to shockwave and disengage on out themselves. Not working in unison here, though. This is where it is going to be tough. At least he splits the shockwaves this time. Now they're finally going to use them together. Oh, now you know. Now you know he's there. And they need Surge, so they might potentially push this. This might not be a safe exit for him. 76 above. Oh, no. Misses the chance to replace the wall. Goes back at it again, forcing Larkos back into the tunnel. Zafu holding pressure up above. 54 damage. The thing is, it's not about winning or losing the fight at this point. If they win the fight, there's only a certain amount of damage they can take. Zafu getting the angle on one side. Sees him sneak up again. Larkos trying to squeal his way on out. Create some extra space down below. And this is where they have to start to make that decision. Is a fight like this worth it? And right now, it looks like the decision is going to be made. No, we can deal with it later. They pop above that damage threshold. For a moment, was by 100. But that moment came and gone. Bank it off the wall. Bank it off the wall. I mean, Bolts, I mean, you saw this. Was it yesterday that Vivid, Kelly, and Zeke were talking about the amount of top 10s? Not just regionally, but internationally? You're either going to believe hype or you're going to believe results. And right now, Bolts has both. Alright, not a lot of shockwaves. They're trying to save the last one. They do have some extra medkits though. It's just about timing, how long and how deep you do want to stay in the zone. Uh-oh, Timko ends up in another fight. Forced out the medkit early. Reunites with his teammate, but they really don't have much. They really don't have much split between the two. KZ on one side. Where was Phoenix and Retro? They're all the way on the other side of the map as well. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? I was listening to that. What the heck? I think because, like, NA, the teams are top heavy, and on EU, there's more underdog, unknown, not popular teams that perform well because the region on average is better. If that even answers your question, but Phoenix and Retro, B-Dog in minute. Not sure if it's a fight for Surge or just simply loot, but Retro's on the clock, and right now, oh, he gets it just in time. Literally dropped down to 4 HP, a singular tick. Would have did him in, but Phoenix is going to get dropped. He wasn't able to get his own elimination, and right now for Phoenix and Retro to go down here, you can basically almost kiss first place goodbye. Minute, even after winning that fight, is still over 139 below the damage threshold. 5 tick in this zone. Active Surge. This one for Minute in B-Dog was a no-win situation, but they needed Surge, so you can kind of see what they were after. Last of the Chug Jugs out. Last of the Shockwaves used. Minute trying to make his way in, but even if he does, he doesn't have the time to pop the med kit, so he's instantly going to go down. I'm in a Taco Bell parking lot, 13 months. Let's go, brother. Where are they? 110 on the day. First place. Retro and Phoenix were able to close the gap. But them going down this early, that gap is going to extend. Because even when Epic Realm Pump initially fell. Pump went down to 24th. Epic Well was still able to clutch out a top 9. Thank you for the 13 months, though, Lotto. Not just 13 months, but 13 months at tier 2. I'll wait to the main event. And thank you, Big Bowl. Big Bowl Soup. What's up, Landon? Right now, Epic Well and Pump are winning by less than 100, but after this game will probably be 100 points. MLR's there. I'm trying to see, remember, who's on this leaderboard real quick. Epic Well, Pump, Inact, and Z-Link would be next up. But I believe they were already eliminated. Bracken and Blood Gangsta would be next up after that. Where's Bracken and Blood Gangsta, though? I know I passed him. I had to have. They have to be eliminated then. Yes, they are. So let's just watch Tim go. Minutes eliminated. He's dead. He's eliminated. I'm very bad at rankings because I use my feelings for everything when you shouldn't do that for rankings. Retro Phoenix dead, yes. Basically, they took a fight with Minute and B-Dog and both teams ended up eliminated. I'm not sure, Warrior. Probably not tonight. Okay, so they're going to be down below. Trying to figure a way on out. Trex and Shotgun going to be 64 below the damage threshold. Epic Well and Pump. They're on height again. They're literally going height almost every single game they can. So y'all, I'm thinking this. I'm thinking the thing for anybody, for either one of those two, because the 2 global championship spots. But right now, the pressure eased up a little bit on the second place spot. Click squad land. Yep. Yeah, Timko is good. He's a good fighter. And literally, I feel like this is what Queasy was talking about. This guy, he hasn't even reloaded yet. Still going without reload because he canceled his reload. Finally, they get tagged up. Top 19. They return back towards their high ground. Epic Well still firing down on the Mez, Hearn, any team that flies by with the shockwaves. This is where it's making tough for anybody to breathe down below. Braden's rotating across. Shotgun, Trexer. Timko, Suds in the backside of zone. Suds is going to go down. Looks like Timko trying to fight his way around. He gets revenge, but Sam's teammate still up. He's not able to be the hero. He can't get Suds back in the game. There is minis. There is Chug. And there is a different type of freedom when you're playing as a solo, as opposed to worrying about your teammate. He's just trying to go ahead and dig deep into this Chug, knowing the zone is closing in, trying to get the most out of it, but the zone is going to continue to pull further away. It's not going to be fast. It's not going to be in a hurry. So he does have some time to work with. Earning Mez up above. There. Epic Well and Pump. Not necessarily on high ground anymore. They only have 18 builds split between the two. So they have to figure out how they're going to be able to stay alive here and get an elimination. As of now, Epic Will is going to start the run, the journey down below. Finds a spot inside of the zone. As they reunite, but they're still going to have to keep it moving. And right now, they have barely enough builds to maybe build a full box. And neither one of these individuals can even do that as he runs out of builds, trying to dodge the shots. Pump as well, down to 3. Shockwaves to the front. Gets on the other side, but he quickly turns back around, realizing he cannot be there. He doesn't have enough builds to build that full box. Top 11 situation. They're both going to go down. Not sure who's still alive that needs to play catch up here. Dort, Claustra having a good day too so far. Gavik still up. Mez and Hearn. Soul still alive. OC still here as well, along with Slixies. They're in the backside of zone. Jules and Bean falling down from above. They fall right into the palm of OC and Slixies' hands. They're able to clean up that elimination and keep things moving. Dort getting one as well. 82 points. Chance to earn a little bit more money. Rise up the leaderboards. Give it all you got. This is day 2. This is where the finals actually matter. Phenom and Braden, they're going to be on high ground. This is the second time we've seen Braden and Phenom on high ground.
And it's, well, Thoric and Quastra now on high ground. 6 eliminations so far. Boogie's able to get one down below. They immediately turn their attention on the KJ and Soul, which are scrambling around, finding anywhere to find safety, but they're running out of builds. He's being forced back into the zone with the Chug Jug yet again. KJ, Soul, you can see the other side of how things are shaking out. They have no extra builds. He messes up the Shockwave. Couple extra ticks. Forced to fall down below, but he still finds an opportunity here. Boogie's going to be on the other side, but it's CZR who cleans up that elimination. Boogie and Exotics are on 2 different sides of this zone right now, trying to figure out a way back to one another. One build on each side. Boogie gets the elimination, his 5th one of this game. Exotic gets the other, and still not together in this situation. OC, Slicksy's going to go down. OC trying to stay alive. Boogie gets another elimination. His 6th one of this game. Top 2 situation. Thoric and Quastra are up above. Thoric taking some shots. Quastra as well. They both have a world of difference here when it comes to these Chug Jugs. They have so much of difference. Down below, Exotic, 3 different medkits. A little bit on the Chug Jug. 2 more medkits, but he is going to be using one. An extra Shockwave down below. Doesn't look like they're too concerned with it. They don't want to take too much damage. They know anything is possible. Thoric and Quastra are going to be up above. They can easily Shockwave away. Oh, plays the aim duel. Trade shots. Him and Boogie. Quastra as well. Taking too much damage. Couple of ticks to the zone. They're actually using a lot of their medkits. I'm not sure if they have storm sickness or not, but it doesn't seem like they want to bring this down to a heal off. And I think that's the biggest difference in this matchup between these 2 teams. One team that's looking like they're forced to play the game out. Exotic and Boogie down below. They feel like they're playing with no pressure at all. Boogie with the shockwaves. It looks like he might be the one to play heal off if it does come down to it. Thoric and Quastra, 4 builds split between the 2. They shockwave down below, trying to cause a little bit of distraction. Quastra drops down. He's able to get that first knock. But again, they don't really have much of the heals. Thoric is already using them. He's not even bringing it to the actual heal off. Boogie on the other side. He still has those med kits, and they are plentiful. He didn't necessarily make his way on over towards that mending machine, so they're looking there for no reason. Quastra is going to fall. Thoric with the patch up. Him versus Boogie, 1-on-1. He's buying a couple extra med kits. It's a little bit cheaper than the actual patch up, so that first one's going to be popped. Boogie has another one in the back pocket, but after this he's fresh out, and it's not going to matter. I'm not sure how this came and played out this way, but it did. I really honestly, yo, Solar, I'm just gonna let them know they can direct your attention. The curse stands strong. Yeah, the problem with Thoric is their drop spot's contested, so they probably stay a long time in the zone. Anybody play the Fortnite Fantasy? They're in first. I may be hated. Well, when's next game? Probably like 8 minutes or something like that. I really don't know, dude. I wait. I can give you like a 4-minute warning. I really do have a feeling no curse and facts will win off spawn this game. Thoric with Salco's duel before he played with Faxity? Okay. I know Thoric, though. I used to talk to him in Bolts when they were actual West players winning an FNCS. Oh, what's the leaderboard? Let's check it. So remember, it was 40 points. And now it's 80 or so. From 40 to 80, they extended it again. Not bad, though. Still 3 games left, so if Epic Run Pump go down, they can close the gap. They can. Z-Link and Axe still 140 points down. Let me just double refresh, just in case, dude. Okay, yeah. Still 140 down from them. Ratgun and Blood Gangster on their heels. Forks Evolved are on their heels. Compton and Snevy on their heels. We got a tie at 308 between Timco Subs, Silk Season OC. A three-way tie that I barely noticed until now with CZR and Gavix being there. Peralta and Devry, Victory Royale winners. Well, at least one on the day. 285. Soul and KJ. Zyro Darky. Jules Bean. Hearn Mez. Braden and Phenom. I'm sorry, I might have cursed you guys there in that one. Dropping down, though. Salco and Faxity. So their journey to top 15, roughly 86 points away. Roughly 86 points away. Sprites in last versus Fern. Where did they land? Where's the fight? Because like I'm watching this one off spawn for sure. 3rd to 9th is more competitive, bro. I'm telling you, bro, it's almost a wrap. It's almost a wrap. It's a strong lead for top 2. Bro, Rider in the sky. Fly high, my brother. Thank you so much. 5 months. 5 months, dude. One step closer to global domination. Well, the problem with that question for me, thank you for the bits, is I've never seen Game of Thrones. It's like the Hunger Games, I'll tell you that much. Pray for a minute to clutch up next game. I thought they were better than this. I don't know what's going wrong with them. I don't know if it's the drop spot, the game plan, or what, but favorite player of all time? I don't know. That's a hard one. That's actually hard. I have too many favorites. That's the problem. I have too many memories. Does Aiden count from back in the day? Does he count? How long until next game? Let me see. I'm trying to see it. I'm not sure they loaded into the game yet. I don't know what part of that, the Hunger Games or me not seeing Game of Thrones, but I'm glad I could make you laugh. But like, that's just because like I also knew Aiden personally, you know what I mean? Didn't live with him, but lived near him for a while. How many duos from NAC? Today or LCG? Today there were 6. Yeah. Thank you for the bits again. Oh, bro, you got to tell me where they're landing. You know how hard it is? 3 more minutes? I don't know, dude. It's like a longer delay. I think somebody told me it was like 8 minutes between games. I think Ryan Tron yesterday said it's like 8 minutes. I'm refreshing the thing so much. I haven't seen like the new game pop up, if that makes sense. Right here. Number 6 on the leaderboard, best player, Compton and Snevy. Compton and Snevy. Okay, there we go. I clicked it. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4. Yep. We have. Problem is I'm just getting too tall, so it's just tough. Bro, we're 34 followers away from 24,000. What the heck? Bro, I almost did so good in the Fortnite fantasy, but I had 6 players instead of 7. One of my guys had negative points. Almost did so good. Almost did so good.
Boom, 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 do, 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 do. Solar. I think we might have had the same player. I think we might have the same guy. Next month. When is land? Next month? Well, I'm just going to... Wait, September is next month. The heck? How did that happen? How did that happen, dude? But EWC is next. EWC is the next event. Oh yeah, LCG, then EWC, and then wait, Red Bull. Is there advertising for this Red Bull? Boom, ba da bum, ba bum, ba bum, bum, bum. I know I've heard it so much. I've heard it myself so much. So, but I haven't seen, talked, heard anything like that. Do 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 do. No, not yet. Not yet. I'll pre-answer that. I'll pre-answer that. Not yet. We got 1 minute to wait. Thank you for the bits. Nope. It's not time. If they do, it's not time. Dude, I'm just wondering, like, is Epic Well and Pump gonna go down? Or maybe the region is on their manners right now. The region is on their manners is what I'm thinking. Forgot about the replays. Is it too soon? Predictions on the winner of this game. Retro and Phoenix. Calling it. Retro and Phoenix. I don't even know why they did what they did this game. I think they went for like elims on teams they thought were weaker. They took too much damage. They were below the surge, then ended up having to fight Minute and B-Dog, and then they were really below the surge, lost the fight. Minute survived. He ended up going below the surge and eventually dying. Oh, dude, if you wanted a serious pick, dude, I would have picked something serious. Oh, wrong button. There we go. No, I don't know the schedule, so I don't know that. Thank you for the bits. What's there? We landed somewhere else? No, we still holding strong. To our POI. Latte either uncontested? Oh yeah, Latte uncontested. Okay. Minute and B-Dog uncontested. Thoric and Quastra uncontested. Okay, okay. It's looking good so far. Trying to see what fights. I don't see anybody contested right now. Alright, so Faxley lands underneath. Sauko doesn't get the gun at first. Holds the right hand on the other side of the wall. Because I'm always laughing, right? You know how Bruce Banner said he doesn't turn into Hulk because he's always angry? Because I'm always laughing, right? I may not see it on my face, but I'm always laughing. Even though I want to laugh. And looking away, I don't know, you just stare at the camera. I don't know where Sprite is at. You guys are not helping. Not a single one of you are actually helping. These are 2 teams over here now? There's 2 teams here now? They're definitely not helping, dude. I'm gonna tell you that much. Definitely. Not a single one of you are helping. Not a single one of you are helping. Because my eyes are bad. I probably passed them already. It looks like potentially twice. Alright, so they're good off spawn. We did a quick check, you know what I mean? We did a quick check. Easier said than done? Nah, bro. The thing is, like, there's nothing funny about staring at the camera. When I'm honestly staring at the camera, I don't see myself. So I know I look funny, but stuck underneath. One of the teams are potentially leaving. What is this? Why are we all going after that building? There's not enough loot for 3 teams. There's barely enough loot for 2 teams. So like the thing is, like, I don't even see, with the way my setup works, I don't even always see like the other person I'm on camera with. So like I'm literally staring at a wall essentially. Ash and them still backing out. They're just farming up, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Trexer, shotgun rotating on up. Did these guys really just not fight each other? There's a big mountain in the way? Okay, there's a big mountain in the way. Yeah, I'm good. Candy, how you doing? Sprite just died? Where were they at? Does anybody remember? He's like on one of these things. But they all look alike. That's the problem. Okay, Phoenix might win, to be honest. Let's check on him. Let's check on Epic Pump. Not bad. Tagged up a little bit, but they're going to go ahead and try to get that surge back. Astro building a surge base here? This is like one of the 2 mountains that Epic will and them build up on. He's going to disengage off. Not too bad. They're farming up well. Phoenix and Retro on the other side. Sitting in the top at one of the buildings. Z-Link and Act. 102 on the day. Gold and Mythic. Not bad. Still lurking around right now. Got Zyro maybe fighting out Heat Wave. No, get clipped. There's the last chance globals. So Monday starts another tournament. Tomorrow really starts another tournament, which is absolutely crazy. Interesting to him be in this spot, trading shots there. Trunk and Cougar versus Zare and Icy. Were they not doing good yesterday, or maybe I was wrong? 16th on the overall leaderboard. Ooh, they were losing off spawn and then they kind of came back. That's what it was. Clipped? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. That's the one time I'm not sure. West at least. I'm not sure. A lot of builds you can't necessarily see. They're still safe. Phoenix and Retro, they leave the building. They go back to their base. Okay, we got to do something. There's like half these builds aren't even here, brother. Oh, I'm talking about finals code. Bro, what's wrong with the builds? We'll find him, guys. We'll find him. Nope. Doesn't look like we're finding these builds anytime soon. Alright. The problem with this is, like, it's just so hard because, like, you literally need the perfect storm scenario for anybody to have hope. First place is 579 points, right? Which is 82 points ahead of second place at 497 points, which is 145 points ahead of third place, which is enacted Z-Link. And then from there, you kind of got a close race. Not much. Depends on when you, like, did you just came in? Did you miss the first couple games? Who am I looking for right now? Quick look at Radgun and Blood Gangsta. Bro, this game is going to fool me when half of these builds aren't here and they're just lurking through them. Not bad for them. Trying to think who's in a bad spot here in terms of positioning on leaderboard. Compton by himself. Works Evolve staying at their spot. Epic Whale and Pump still staggering back of zone. They did take some damage early on in the game, but I gotta imagine by now they made up for it. Oh, I mean, the only thing you really missed is like one game, Epic Whale and Pump got 9th, Retro and Phoenix won it. They dropped a 90-point lead to 40, and then they went down early in the next game, so that 40-point lead went back up to 80. Or something. 82. And then between top two, there's a 140-point gap for top two. So, I'm not sure what we're playing for other than hoping and praying somebody makes a mistake. Everybody essentially inside the zone here. Don't see too much action shaking out maybe here with Zyro. Rotating out of Heatwave finally. They didn't really have a lot of time to build up, so not bad. Not bad. They're like 24th, I believe. Surprise contested. Bro, you can get a mini. I'll take a mini. You take a mini. Both take a mini. Oh, I don't think Fact City should take those. I don't think you should take the sliders. You need bigs and med kits, right? You only have 590. Is that big there on the floor? Salco knows they got a farm on the go. That's the thing here. Salco knows they got a farm on the go. Probably called the, hey, it's still unlooted. Check the loot, gold loot, blue. One big pot, missing HP. Not necessarily pressed to do anything here. Zyro does go down. So his teammate is going to be left by himself. Hasn't been able to pick up a down just yet. And they actually get full wiped out of the lobby. Alexis Rojas and Blizzy bot get the elimination here. Still over at Sinister Strip. Wiz is here. Rapid and Extinct. 26 above the damage threshold. Not bad. Not bad. They're right there to zone, too. If one team makes a mistake, they're probably going to lurk on a mending machine. It's still one tick, so it's not horrible, but not bad. Yeah, Solar, another one. Another one. Let's see where it pulls after this, but they got God spot in zone 2. All the way on the top mountain on the south. Bro, Wiz goes down. Rapid's now stuck by himself. Or Extinct goes down, I should say. 155 below. Even if you run away, you still got to be able to turn around. You're below the damage threshold. That's the problem. Ooh. You only seen footsteps for one, so you got to know the other one's lurking around. They're 200 below, though. This is a fight he needs. How are you just going to take ticks of damage? Ooh, okay. That's a close call. They take him down nonetheless. Epic on pump. They see the loot. Oh, they're not even going to fight that, dude. They're not even going to find it. They're not even going to fight it. Zone goes all the way across. This one's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Okay. Both of them are going to be able to do this with their med kits. Okay. They're really going to have to use all of their shockwaves. I didn't say chug jugs, but shockwaves. Jasper's there. That would have been a good time to go ahead and land a shot on the pump. Hey, but they go from outside of zone all the way towards the front. Oh. Gotta be careful, though. Even though they're 418 above, they're still not safe yet. Oh, a bad beat. A bad beat for Epic. Pump gets spotted out. They're not in zone just yet. He's trying to build some extra space. 2 tick per. Shot's going to land on Epic. He's going to fall. Pump's going to be by himself. He's going to fall as well. And this is where we shift our attention just a little bit. We're shifting. Attention. Shift to Phoenix and Retro. No placement points. 1 elim. So they are 86 points down here. They are 86 points down. A 5 elimination win from Phoenix and Retro will certainly close that gap. Unless Pump did get an elim. Let's see what Pump did. Pump get an elim? No, yeah. So 86 point gap. Oh, Prowls is on the outside. 5 below the damage threshold. They're going to be able to clean up 1, but they're still below the damage threshold. 55 above. It quickly updates. 34th place. Sauco, no, he gets the med kit off just in time here. But he needs to find a safe place to shockwave from. Facts that he's stuck by himself, but at least he's 120 plus above the damage threshold. 10 different shockwaves. It's the lack of heals that's really the difference here for Faxity as he quickly gets tagged up. We move into the next zone. He's 100 below the damage threshold. Passing on over those shockwaves to Salco. Making sure they at least have an answer to the distance they need to face. Faxity goes on over by himself. He gets tagged up all along the way. Salco not really having a lot of damage. Faxity's going to be on high ground right now. He needs to connect with something. He almost gets into the box. Lands 1 shot on the Blood Gangster, but not enough to get him above the damage threshold. 2 ticks is all he can take before he gets eliminated out of this game. 288 damage. 70 builds. No heals. Looks back. Evolves there. Missed those shots. Active surge. First shot going to tick. 7 seconds. He just jumps off high ground. Giving the elimination a minute. Didn't expect that one, but active surge, so maybe he just doesn't want to stress himself. He just doesn't want to stress himself. Let me see my button pushes real quick. Z-Link can enact. Crisp there on that side. Cycling our way on through. Crisp Phenoms here. Ash, B-Dog, and Minute. They're button to button. That's where it's just, I don't like both teammates being that close. Jules is by himself. Blood Gangsta's still up, but he's by himself. 184 above. Bean gets wiped out. OC 200 below. Minute and B-Dog on a shockwave on out. OC doesn't really have much in terms of mobility, but he has a chance here on the Wiz. 200 below. It's all or nothing. He needs a full elimination, essentially. Wiz is going to get taken down, but it's Zeno who actually gets the elimination. From 200 to 161. He's able to scrap together some of that loot while he continues on his way out. Zeno Narcos looking back, spotting out Jules. Cannot gain too much of that attention. Timko and Suds, 179 above the damage threshold. This is where it really starts to get interesting. AJ and Soul underneath. Phoenix and Retro. These are the guys you really got to keep your eye on. These are the ones that have the best shot to make something of this game. But if they go down, they lose out on an opportunity, and everybody else below them. Everybody else below them. There we go. Bro, like, stop with the hate. Like, I don't care if, like, somebody's watching and you guys are using my chat to be weird. Like, stop with the weird comments, please. Retro and Phoenix, they're able to get another elimination here. 4 more points. Remember, they're 86. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's a hard loss right there. They're now 82 points shy of Epic, Well, and Pump. Uh-oh, looking up. Here's the commotion. Trying to figure out how he could take even a minute advantage of this as he trades shots with Velo. Forced to dig deep into that Chug Jug now. Suds goes down. Timko. All around Z-Link here as well. He's going to be on the other side. He stole away some of that loot on the other side of that box. And Act on the other side. They're trying to reunite. There's a huge strength in numbers. You see him passing over the material. 165 points on the day. Almost 8,000 materials. 2 medkits if he needs to stay in the zone. But he needs a heroic effort here. And right now with the zone creeping in, he can't overstay his welcome in the backside of zone, so he quickly reacts to that. Goes towards the front. This is where he's going to start to burn through his material, just trying to stay alive here. Switches layers yet again. Quickly assessing the situation. Just trying to put one foot in front of the other. And Act is going to go down. Z-Link is going to be left by himself. Couple of solos. Dancing in a field. B-Dog's going to fall. Marcos finally got eliminated. KJ's on the other side of those builds. From almost 8,000 materials in Phoenix's inventory to 270. Only has the Maven, so don't expect any one pumps anytime soon unless the player is already weak. Opens up the back wall. Now is the time to use those medkits for top 8. This is where he's hoping the majority of the lobby will end up going down. Minute B-Dog still together. They got to be careful, though. Right into the path of Z-Link. He's looking to close the gap. 140-point gap between him and Retro, which is second place, which is a global championship spot. Phoenix down to the last medkit, having to shockwave forward, trying to make sure that he saves as many builds as possible, but he finally makes his way in, targeted from height, targeted from that same layer. 55 HP and shield combined. Looking like a nightmare for Phoenix. He's been gifted a golden opportunity, but he's not able to run away with it. Retro going down was a catalyst that started it all. That's such good loot. Breaks into the sidewall. They shockwave. They lose commotion right now. He finds his way into some loot, but not into the point. No elim, no siphon. That's where he gets cut short.
Who's still left alive? Go High, Don't Die, and Choppa. Timko and Suds. Top 8 situation. There's 5 solos running around. 5 different solos running around. Vex still up. Nevin, he's going to join with the 6th solo. Gavix is here. Olaf starting heals. They have 8 eliminations right now. Choppa and Go High don't die. They get 10 eliminations. They reach the double digits. I'm not sure where they're at on the overall leaderboard, but this is how you boost yourself up for sure. Whether it's for the extra money or a chance at 2nd place, they're doing everything right. That's 40 points from straight eliminations alone, but I can't call it too soon. There's a stiff competition still in the mix. 2 solos clashing down below. It's actually KJ forcing his teammate into being a solo. Soul is still up. He's the one dealing the damage. Choppa's going to get another elimination. Go Height's going to go ahead and drop down. Get another elimination for Choppa as well. His 8th one as an individual. They have 12 eliminations as a duo. There goes another one in the books as Soul is going to fall. 2v1 situation. Timko by himself trying to shockwave in the same box. He's trying to create himself an opportunity, but they cut that one short. Choppa and Go Height Don't Die win the next game with 14 eliminations. Who is this guy's name? Is this Stu? Who is this? Stu. Yeah, I knew it. What's up, Redeem? Love you, brother. This is our first time. Well, thank you, Jeff. Unique username, but thank you. Like, to me, there's like a difference between, I guess, trolling and just like talking that like nonsense, you know? And why can't we just, you know, not talk that nonsense? Well, needs to lock in 50 points. They at least closed the gap a little bit from 82 to start the game to 50. 2 games left. 2 games left. Literally a 150 point lead. 145, 155, something like that. How do I feel about Compton off spawns? I feel like I understand what they're doing, but I feel like they're like ego challenging the team around them, which could be good if you win it every single time, but it's not working every single time. Timko could lock in and get 2nd. Bro, that's did you not hear me say 150 points? Two games? Yeah, LCQ, Lady Sheldon, is tomorrow. LCG, LCQ, last thingy. It's all tomorrow. Got Triple Con, the 2nd Quang Tang, and live. Oof. Dude, that's the thing. Everybody, imagine, and obviously I get it. Computers aren't good enough, consoles, whatever. What if everybody had to stream? Like, what if it was like the CDL, right? So the CDL has integrity cameras. So they have cameras in the player's area. So once they sit down, they monitor the PC, they monitor the comms, they monitor, you know what I mean? So if that camera gets unplugged, they need to do like a fresh reboot of everything just to make sure people aren't stream sniping or being weird. I think that'd be nice. But I know it's impossible. There's 100 players in the lobby, but. You believe in your boy? Well, guess what? I respect it. I can honestly respect it. I'm glad you believe in him. I'd rather people believe and support their boys, the people they're cool with, people they're fan of. So, you know, Cabbage, what's up? It was FNC. This was great, bro. If you go back and rewatch it, you'll see. I just want to get back to the lobby. The menu music was a little. Salco Faxi moved down to 31st place. 31st, 1 elim, only able to get 4 points. They could still move up. Look at, they're tied here. 1 point there. Top 20 is still possible with 2 games left. Top 20 is still possible. Top 20 is still possible. If you say Timko could still get 2nd, Faxity could still get top 20. Top 15 even. What is top 15? 262? Okay, that one's going to take a little bit more work, but it's definitely, you know.
I have no idea, dude. I don't, you know? You're gonna scream and wake your mom up, bro? Yo, if Timco quals, like, I give you permission to give me a tier 3 sub. Yo, thank you, John. I'll be right back, y'all. Use the restroom. Let me know what you guys think of the action so far. I just love Fortnite. I'm pretty sure everybody loves Fortnite. So why can't we all just love Fortnite as a group of friends, you know? As a group of friends. You love Fortnite? I think most people should. No? Most people should? Because guys that Kong... No, I'm... Didn't you say that? Oh, they both dutting. From top 10 to top 3, many things can happen. Yeah, from top 10 to top 3, but only 2 call. Yeah, Boom Boom, I am. I am. I played the whatever came out before. I don't even... it wasn't the beta. It was the pre-beta or whatever it is. Got me a new controller. I don't know where I put it, though, so I don't even know if I have it anymore. Lost it. All right, let's see. When's next game? Let's see. Next game. Come on. 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 Dude, this takes forever. What's up, Butchie? 11. I'm going to come back to gaming for Gal. It's definitely gonna be rough for like it's gonna be one of those games. It's gonna be Gears again. It's gonna be hard to gain a lot of people that will catch on and like the game quick. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a new generation of gamers out there, but it's such a unique game that yeah, the big learning curve exactly. 24,000 that's crazy, bro. I feel like I show speed right now. I feel like I just hit 60 million. Bro, I used to pray for time like this. You know what I mean? First off, I want to thank absolutely nobody. Imagine. I almost dropped something, dude. I'm just kidding, Solar. I want to thank 24,002 people. 24,002 people. Nah, there's like a little air bounce. While bouncing as it was before, it's just going to be a new one. All right, so the game finally popped in. 3 minutes. 3 minutes till next game. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Bro, I got my picks right, bro. Make end game, get it win. Second game again, we call. I mean, it's possible. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. Yeah, it's definitely, to me, the biggest way I explain it to people. It's like going from Gears 2 to 3. I said Gears 1 to 2 at first, but it still has some similarities. So I feel like it's going from Gears 2 to Gears 3. We're going for like Gears 2 to Gears 5. Still Gears, but it has its changes. Let's copy the replay code. Is it 8:27? It's been 3 minutes. So we got two. We got two. Well, okay, so it's slower. Okay, so I don't mean in that regard. I just meant like it's still Gears, but it's not the same game. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. It's still Gears. So imagine playing Gears 2 for the first time ever, then going to Gears 5. It's a different game, but it's still Gears. Make sure we got 1 minute till next game. I'm gonna show the replay of that last game. I don't remember if it was hype or not, but we can remember together. And when we come back, we're gonna be in the next game. Solos running around. Vex still up. Nevin, he's gonna join with the 6 solo. Gavix is here. Olaf starting heals. They have 8 eliminations right now. Choppa and Go High don't die. They get 10 eliminations. They've reached the double digits. I'm not sure where they're at on the overall leaderboard, but this is how you boost yourself up for sure. Whether it's for the extra money or a chance at second place, they're doing everything right. That's 40 points from straight eliminations alone, but I can't call it too soon. There's a stiff competition still in the mix. 2 solos clashing down below. It's actually KJ forcing his teammate into being a solo. Soul is still up. He's the one dealing the damage. Choppa's going to get another elimination. Go Height's going to go ahead and drop down. Get another elimination for Choppa as well. His 8th one as an individual. They have 12 eliminations as a duo. There goes another one in the books as Soul is going to fall. 2v1 situation. Timko by himself trying to shockwave in the same box. He's trying to create himself an opportunity, but they cut that one short. Choppa and Go Height don't die. Win the next game with 14. Ooh, like I said, loading into the next game. Hopefully all the builds load this game. Oh, I pressed fast forward. Oops. We got a good bus for this. I mean, it's all right. Not the worst bus. It's right down the middle. I wish buses would go like right down the middle in some way, shape, or form. Because I saw a bus today. It was like all the way up here. And that just sucks for teams down there. That's not even the guy I meant to click on, dude. They're uncontested, bro. What do you want to watch? I feel like I heard something, dude. Shotgun B, Trexer dropping down low. So one up top, one below. They're splitting this one as best as they can. Salco's going to get the drop onto one. Quickly going for the cleanup to get the siphon. Materials definitely could look to make the difference here. It's just a single contested instead of 3 teams here this time. And Salco is going to get both. How many gifted subs to stay on Whale? For the whole game? 25 is too low, Biscuit. No, boy, you do know they stay in the tower the entire time. If you don't watch it, I used to, but then somebody told me to switch to performance mode because of I play the game I play the game like after streams, and so somebody was like, "Yo, you'll be better if you play performance mode." I was like, "Oh yeah." No more fights? Cluster's the only one, really? Yeah, just do it. Just call it. Just do it 100 flat. I'll stay on him the entire game. 100 flat. But no, I don't want to stay on him, so don't do it. 500 now. 500 now, because you didn't do it fast enough. He literally sits in the box the entire game. He has a solid game plan. But it's not necessarily fun. Not necessarily fighting there. Let's check on Phoenix and Retro. Still uncontested at the flats. Max brick already. You can kind of see kind of looting up everything else. Minute. Looking off towards the island. You can see him at least trying to land some shots. Not sure. It does look like he maybe hit one. Icy and Zare. Going after a fight on the Tiba and Jasper right out the gates. Who is winning on Central? What do you mean who is winning? Who won? Acorn and Bolts. Oh, we're dropping the smoke. Yo, boom. You remember that throw smoke and get loose? That right now, that's the chance. Dope corn, you mean? I guess. How far ahead is well? 50? What was it? Let me look. 50. 2 games left, up 50. Oh, no more ammo, though. No more ammo. Oh, my God. Wow, that's how you turn the tides very quickly. He's by himself now. It's crash out game or what? All right, looking to create some distance now. Not a bad idea. Uh-oh. What are Keen and Darts doing? Who's the other team here? Scissor and Bello? Team off the edge here. They just kind of backtracked. Just a quick couple tags, rotate out. Oh, he's gonna waits to see them land. Oh, Devry and Peralta lurking underneath on the street. Is anyone streaming LCQ tomorrow? I have no idea. Anyone can, but I don't know. I could see it being in people's best interest not to. Dude, they got 3 elims already. Epic and Pump get an elim. I should say Pump gets the elim, lurking around the base. Had a sneeze. Coming. Sorry. Reporting for duty, George. What's up? How was the movie? Did we like it? Oh, well, he's not going nowhere now. Oh, except for inside of the box. Not bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, I don't think tomorrow, Dev. Come up. Whether they saw him or not, they got him nonetheless. It just sucks if they have to use gold, because then there goes their heals if they have to use gold. Either way, they're going to make it out. At least one of them staying alive. And acting Z-Link. Not bad. No spires, though. There's no spires. No spires. Double pistol again. To me, it's so weird how, like, every other region, almost like double spire, at least one spire, but then you come here. How many teams have we saw? And this is literally the first spire we've seen. Yeah, Biscuit, it's the way that spot works. Like, we've seen, like, Higgs and Curve do that a few times as well. Double spire. But this team doesn't count. Is this really a West team? Ooh, making sure they don't get lurked on. Not bad. Retro Epical last game, right? They have 150 point lead. They're not supposed to lose, but they double their prize money if they win the turn. I would think so. Because the chances of someone having a miracle, like 30 elim win is right out the window, you know? Either that or they land somewhere near them and push them afterwards. Team without the Spire, okay. Making the gold work. Vort Pax, take down Thoric. Foster already rotated towards the top. Still out there, POI. Not bad, though. No, Sour. He's talking about they have a 150-point lead over the next team. So even if they go down, what team is going to score 150 points? It's worth the risk because no team is going to score 150 points. It's not. It's not. Because you would need what? So 65 for the win. 85 points off eliminations. So 20. 22. You actually need 22 eliminations, which actually looks a little doable. Sounds a little doable on this region. But it's not. It's impossible. Sounds doable, but it's impossible. MLR still up. Timco still towards the top. Not sure if they know they're caught between Braden and Phenom. Kind of see the other side of the lurk here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, missed the timing. Did he shock? I was about to say, did he shockwave after them? Nah, okay. And then a whole nother team in the distance. Olaf literally just lands one tag on him. Mud Gangsta Rat Gun. And everybody's going to need Epic and Pump to go down. And so far, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. They're not even necessarily going for high ground. They're just playing low key right now. They didn't stay at Calamari for too long. They're expecting the unexpected. That's the thing. So good on the day so far. Positioned up above. Oh, they get the down again on the Thoric. Thoric got rebooted. Pax and Vort get the down on him again. And now they're ready to end the fight all together here. Chasing after Quattro this time. Shield gone. Great shots from Vort. Trying to go as long as possible without having to pop a shockwave. But Zeno and Larkos, I do believe, up above, sees him at the tip top of the mountain. They're not necessarily going to chase anymore. They're going to backtrack, try to find the body from Thoric, and get back in. But no, it was not Zeno and Larkos. It was Zafu and Bray that are inching their way closer and closer to Pax and Vort. Who's been doing the best? Yesterday, Epic well Pump, decently well today. Them as well. Retro Phoenix, one of the best teams on the day, decently well yesterday as well. Epic well and Pump played so good yesterday. They had such a big lead that it's just tough. Especially when Phoenix and Retro had a bad game. Extra bandages. Not bad. Drops his Gozel Juice. So that way they can relay it in. Epic and Pump. In zone again. Changing spots. They're not staying in one location for too long either. They're not staying in one spot for too long at all. No, they're still alive. Hey, decent loot for what seemingly them not leaving their POI. Wonder if he's going to use any of the minis or any of the med kits here, no? Okay, not yet. They're going to continue to stay in the zone. I always forget this is a thing. Scissor takes down one. Phoenix and Retro make it in on the north side of the map. Epic One Pump still on the shoreline. What was it? Z-Link? Z-Link and Enact were probably next up, right? Oh, Timko and Suds was next, and then Z-Link and Enact. It never went away, Solar. From Sinister, they have extra heals, just trying to see where the next zone is. Makes it easier for them. Timko and Suds, same scenario, but they're already starting to rotate on in. If it pulls to them, great. If it pulls far away, they already have momentum swinging their direction. And it actually does pull for them relatively well. But they have to be careful. It is a 2-tick in the zone. They don't want to use their chug jugs. Just kind of stick to the med kits. They're going to have to be quick, fast, and in a hurry. But they are circling back towards the Sinister Strip mending machine. So you basically have 3rd and 4th place on the leaderboard with an opportunity to eventually clash here. Holds itself back. Doesn't want to rotate in the open. Why does he just use the 10? Yeah. Never knew since I never saw anyone use it. It's just because you don't really see anybody do it in the zone. Ooh, okay. Below the damage threshold. What about them? Do they need it as well? 200 above the damage threshold. I'm not sure how they're going to find their way up to him without being seen here. That's going to be the thing. Basically, 3rd and 4th place here. Timko and Suds don't want to overstay. They're barely above the damage threshold, so they're going to go ahead and tread that thin line of in and outside of the zone, just outside the Sinister Strip. And we know how crowded it actually is. I'm not sure what type of clue they actually have, but this side of the zone is stacked. Z-Link gets an elimination onto Icy. It's only a knock for now. And Axe is trying to keep his presence felt. Not really let them feel comfortable at all. It is outside of the zone from 2-tick to a 5-tick. But it's going to be a moot point. Both Z-Link and Enact pick up both of those eliminations. That's their 3rd elimination of this game. So depending on what Timko and Suds have, it does look like they might be so close to passing them up here. Especially with Timko and Suds with Storm on their back. Storm Surge as a worry. Activated as well. He's going to shockwave into the box, and now he has to make that rash decision. How quick he wants to react to Storm Surge actually taking him down. He is going to start to dig into his Chug Jug, seeing the zone fly on over. Instead of fighting the team down below, it looks like they're going to shockwave on over, create distance, and give themselves an opportunity to look back, but I was wrong, and I'm okay with that. But Suds is going to go down. Timko gets his get back, tries to land the big shot on the Specs, but it does not work. Specs gets the elimination. Down goes Timko, and down goes Suds. One more game left for them after this. And, well, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to overcome the gap needed for 1st place. Yeah, it's tough. Bro, 12 months. 12 months. Blink, Peepotron. Bro, 12 months redeemed. W, my brother. Oh, that's not on the day. We gotta go ahead and look. Well, I don't have, you know. Just ban them all, dude. We all want to enjoy the game together. Right, Adrinity? I don't know how to put sub-Molly on. If you tell me how, I'll do it. 3 eliminations so far. Faxity's going to pick up another one for himself. See how everybody else plays around the scenario, because we know Phoenix and Retro need to cover the points here. It's a 50-point gap between them and Epic Well. A 50-point gap. Bro, Redeem, I welcome it, bro. I welcome it. Top 28 situation, 550 above the damage threshold. 193 for them. See if we can find the other one. One button away, enacted Z-Link on the other side. They're in 3rd place, so they're hoping for Phoenix and Retro's downfall to alleviate the stress of a 150-point gap. But they do find another elimination in the distance. Not able to clean it up just yet. Bray is going to go down as well. 4 eliminations here for the both of them. Still looking back, padding the stats. 700 above the damage threshold almost. But we move into the next zone. That's going to fall to 322, but still faring well for the most part. Phoenix, 518, looking back. Cougar has been eliminated. Weckles is back there along with Kaizen, so it's not going to be easy for anybody to come back from that. Blood Gangs to Ratgun, trying to make everybody's lives back there so much harder. Ray's going to go down. Mez separated from his duo as of now. Blink peaks at the worst possible time. He instantly gets dropped. That's 4 eliminations. Make it 5 for the duo as they try to cut that gap as well. Phoenix and Retro still underneath. Yeah, Coil. It would have been a great moment, wouldn't it have? But pretend like we don't know. Phoenix and Retro. 1 elim so far. Looking to the backside of the zone. Just trying to go ahead and elevate themselves just a little bit. There's multiple players and teams trying to attach themselves off the side of this mountain. For Phoenix and Retro, it's very, very important to be in a hurry for this type of zone. Z-Link can act up towards the top. It's going up the side of this mountain. So the pressure is going to be hard for anybody if they're so far back. Pump, you can see him drop down to 22 HP, 30 on the Chug Chug, only 3 builds left. Epic Well in a same tough spot. He does have the Guzzle Juice, so HP not necessarily a worry. It's about how you're going to get back, but the zone overtakes him. He doesn't get much HP out of this situation. 1 shot away from going down. Does look like Pump is in a similar scenario, but he's inside of the zone, trying to find them an open opportunity here. Still struggling to get back. Phoenix gets an elimination here. Working all around. Epic Well just trying to find his way back. Trying to figure out a way to reunite. But even he is burning through his materials. Pump down below. There's really no chance for them to get back together up until now. Pump does find an open opportunity, and he is going to take it. Zone is going to pull back. So it's going to help the position that they're in just a little bit. Centro goes down. Pump needed that elimination for the Siphon, but he is going to get the med kit nonetheless. They're figuring out a way to stay in this game. Phoenix and Retro as well find an additional elimination throughout the course of everything that's going on. Weckles is going to go down and act up above. Faxity and Salco, 5 eliminations here, pushing through the middle, trusting their intuition here not to make any mistakes. You can see a lot of that loot onto Salco. Does look like they're still trying to close the gap. 4 eliminations here so far. Enact and Z-Link still up above. They're trying to catch up to Phoenix and Retro. Salco, Faxity on the other side of that wall. Epic Well and Pump still up. B-Dog getting pressure from different angles. The whole top is exposed. They don't want to have to use materials. They don't have to. Epic Well giving the pieces on over to Pump as well. He knows they're not in the brightest spot. But sometimes it just takes one opportunity after the next. 5 eliminations right now for Pump and Epic Well. It was looking bleak for a moment, but they're making sure that Phoenix and Retro know that gap will remain going into the last game of today. This is the last opportunity to shut anything down, as Phoenix and Retro are now forced towards the outside using their Chug Jugs. Medkits are there. Enact is now targeting another one after another one. Epic Well's going to fall. Pump is there. Phoenix gets it just in time, but he initially falls shortly after. He gets the elim, and this is their only opportunity. It's not going to be a ton of points, but for Retro, these are the points that matter. Salco up above right now along with Faxity. They find another elimination here. Their 6th one of the game. Salco's not only getting them more loot to stay in it, but buying time for Faxity to pop this medkit. 6 eliminations
situations from them. Vork's down below. He gets found out as well. Sauko is going on a terror. Faxity watching his back, and they are making sure nothing comes between them and a possible moment between what could happen. Retro still up above. Final 5. Enacted Z-Link there as well. They have over 500, probably over 600 left on the Chug Jug split between the two. Remember, Retro still needs a game. He still needs to get the most points out of this as he possibly can. Barely surviving. 10 HP. The dream is still alive, but he needs those placement points into the top 5. The meat and the potatoes. This is where the points actually matter, but he's getting focused from all around. Runs out of builds until he goes down to fall damage, giving up no elimination points. So it looks like Faxity and Sauko, who are looking for that elimination. Top 3 situation. Zone continues to move forward, but they're on the high ground as of now, but they give it up. They don't want to continue to be the target in this lobby. Somebody is lurking back there. Enact, Z-Link, they're still going to be up above. They used all that Chug Jug to stagger themselves back, and eventually it leads to at least one more elimination onto Velo. And this is where Faxity and Sauko comes down to a 2v2 situation. He shockwaves up, lands a couple of shots onto Enact. That leads to a down 2v1 situation here. Faxity continues to put down the pressure, not wanting to let Z-Link breathe. They get the final eliminations, 9 overall, and the victory royale. They hopefully are now in the top 20. Oh my god. All right, you can take it off now. Movie's crazy. I couldn't believe. Oh, bro, you can spoil that movie. You ain't spoiling anything for me. Come on! Dude, top 20 is easy. Top 20 is easy. I said it. Come on. Dude, that's all we want. We just want to see our friends be successful, you know? Bro, he actually clutched that up, bro. Shuffle for the game. Bro, I see Spider-Man 3 times. I see Spider-Man 3 times. We had a close NA Central FNCS. Faxity wins a game. The gap is closing. Like, what? This is just a great weekend. Let me refresh like 9 times because sometimes I get tricked by the points. Any drop swaps? I'm thinking so. What's up, Pickle? Great weekend. That's what I'm saying, Redeem. George meant the movie. No. Did George get timed out? No, just the message deleted. Oh, that's not even a real spoiler. That's not even a real spoiler. Shuffle, we could talk about it, right? We can talk about it. Or we can be about it, you know? I mean, what could happen? Retro still up above. Final 5. Enacted Z-Link there as well. They have over 500, probably over 600 left on the Chug Jug split between the two. Remember, Retro still needs a game. He still needs to get the most points out of this as he possibly can. Barely surviving. 10 HP. The dream is still alive, but he needs those placement points into the top 5. The meat and the potatoes. This is where the points actually matter, but he's getting focused from all around. Runs out of builds until he goes down to fall damage, giving up no elimination points. So it looks like Faxity and Sauko, who are looking for that elimination. Top 3 situation. Zone continues to move forward, but they're on the high ground as of now, but they give it up. They don't want to continue to be the target in this lobby. Somebody is lurking back there. Enact, Z-Link, they're still going to be up above. They used all that Chug Jug to stagger themselves back, and eventually it leads to at least one more elimination onto Velo. And this is where Faxity and Sauko comes down to a 2v2 situation. He shockwaves up, lands a couple of shots onto Enact. That leads to a down 2v1 situation here. Faxity continues to put down the pressure, not wanting to let Z-Link breathe. They get the final eliminations, 9 overall. Bro, he was ready. Yo, he was ready to fire off on anybody. Even Sauko got a shot to the back. Final game. All the Marbies. Epic and Pump, Phoenix and Retro. They did a good job closing the gap. Even when they went down in 9th place and 8th place. 5th and 1st in those same games. So there wasn't a lot of points to gain in those games. So good job on Epic Well and Pump for minimizing the damage. But it all comes down to this. Yeah, Cats, a team got DQ'd. I don't know why. I don't get into that, but Wait. I don't know. Should we? Do they land on Epic? I don't think they do. I don't think Phoenix and Retro land on Epic. I don't. They have unconned Frosted Flakes. Of course, some milk in that. You got a perfect bowl of cereal. How do you know, Bisquick? You got the intel? You got the scoop? Is it vanilla, strawberry, or are you just gonna keep us guessing? Any team that's not these guys, if they want to go to globals, they need a win and they need these guys to go down. I just want to let you guys know. And the only team that can seemingly do it might even be these guys. They might have a chance, but again, we're talking 20-30 bomb scenario. This one's realistic if these guys go down early. Like if they fight off spawn, you know, a third party comes in. It's really coming down to a race. Acting with a 17 kill win and Retro to get no points to qualify. See? I don't know what to expect. I'm trying to think everything I know about NA West. Every single thing. Did Phoenix spell his name wrong, or is that how you spell Phoenix? Yeah, I'm happy for Fact City, dude. Yeah, such a great moment, dude. That's spelled right? So have I always spelled Phoenix wrong all my life, if that's spelled right? All right, so 3 minutes. 3 minutes, we get into the conclusion. 3 minutes. Yo, Biscuit, can you make a prediction? Just who wins? Epic, Pump, Phoenix, Retro. Who wins West FNCS? Just straight 1 or 2. I don't know. Guys, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Because they're uncon. I could see them landing at their spot and maybe looking for Pump in Epic. So, places Facts now, top 20. 18th. He doesn't need a big game to stay in top 20 because he's ahead by, what, 15, almost 20 points? 19 points? He just needs to do enough. He just needs to do enough. Maybe a top 15 in this game to stay in the top 20. Top 10, maybe, depending on how tight it gets. Oh, Solar, I have it, brother. We just need 2 minutes to pass by quickly. 2 minutes to pass by quickly. Why did everybody have a flag? Why don't they have a flag? Why are they the only team here without a... why are there 2 teams without a flag? Either way, let's watch the win one more time. And when we come back, we have the last game of NA West FNCS. We get to see which two... I mean, we know who's going to... Let's just watch the replay. What could happen? Retro still up above. Final 5. Enacted Z-Link there as well. They have over 500, probably over 600 left on the Chug Jug split between the two. Remember, Retro still needs a game. He still needs to get the most points out of this as he possibly can. Barely surviving to NHP. The dream is still alive, but he needs those placement points into the top 5. The meat and the potatoes. This is where the points actually matter, but he's getting focused from all around. Runs out of builds until he goes down to fall damage, giving up no elimination points. So it looks like Faxity and Sauco, who are looking for that elimination. Top 3 situation. Zone continues to move forward, but they're on the high ground as of now, but they give it up. They don't want to continue to be the target in this lobby. Somebody is lurking back there. Enact Z-Link, they're still going to be up above. They used all that chug to stagger themselves back, and eventually it leads to at least one more elimination onto Velo. And this is where Faxon and Salco comes down to a 2v2 situation. He shockwaves up, lands a couple of shots onto Enact. That leads to a down 2v1 situation here. Faxon continues to put down the pressure, not wanting to let Z-Link breathe. They get the final eliminations, 9 overall, and the victory royale. They hopefully are now in the top 20. Everybody's last off-spawn battles for FNCS Major 2. All right, everybody's last off spawns for FNCS Major 2. It all comes down to this: a 38-point difference between first and second place, a mountain of points, 130 or so points between second and third place. So if anybody hopes to catch up, we're going to need a miracle. Watch facts? Okay. See, bro, I would rather you say watch instead of, you know? Uh-oh. It broke. It broke. Hold up. It broke. It broke. Hold on. Just for the off-spawn biscuit. All right, here we go. Oh. The hell? It's broken again? We'll try and fix that. You can't blame me. Come on. You kidding me? Why at the last game? Why at the last game? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Took us 9 years, 3 days, 47 minutes. Oh, Trex on the other side. We need the one pump, and we get the one pump shot. That's an off spawn for the ages there. Now he gets the siphon. Double bigs. He's like, you know what, Salco? I'm the carry here. Let me get the shields. You don't need it. Maybe he'll share it with him. Maybe he'll share it with him. Thank you so much, Curtis. Okay. Is that other player still around, though? No, it looks like he left. He left altogether. The other one is out. Shotgun B went south. So they are at Frosted Flakes. Epic Realm Pump are still at Calamari Canyon. Split up. Team is going to take the Lighthouse, though. Keenan Darts, where were they at before? Didn't they push Faxity at least one time? Okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Good off-spawn game. Can we get top 10? Is top 10 possible? I just want to see. Hold up. 267, 338. I mean, if he can win again, it's possible. If he can get back-to-back wins to end the tournament, I think top 10 is possible. Uh-oh. Okay, so Mystery does go down. Z-Link, I believe, got that one. On to Sprite. The race is still on, but nobody... There's a big open space between Phoenix and Retro and everybody else. And then you go to the other side of the map. Pax and Vort taking the mountain. Go High Don't Die taking the north side of the loop. Keenan Darts taking the south side. They're going to have to play a little bit of a different performance here. Playing inside of Calamari, but they are getting the zone pulling towards them. We could have a Battlewood, Calamari, one of these types of zones here. We also could have a Lifty zone. Okay, no Compton Snebby here at all. Did they lose the off spawn? They might have lost the off spawn. They did. Compton and Snebby are eliminated out of game 12. Stinkt is down. Rapid's going to be stuck by himself.
Okay, that was a decent shock. Didn't expect it to still work. I thought he was going to kind of mess that one up. Does find a way to create distance, nonetheless. Epic and Pump finally create some distance between all the problems, and they still somehow get their mountain. Even through everything here in the off spawn, they still somehow are going to get their mountain. Not bad, not bad. First Elim basically ran him off. He is all the way south on the mountain. Scissor and Velo, not too far off. Did a good job of not necessarily interrupting that fight. Nah, Warrior, both at their drops. They are moving towards the center, I will tell you that much. Good damage here. They can shockwave over. Ooh. Okay, going back on over towards Frosted, towards the north. They're actually going north. Trying to take one of these mountaintops for their surge. So they're actually not keying each other at all. Yeah, at 38 points, obviously eliminations could be the difference. But if there's no eliminations and it's just placement, Epic Well and Pump need to go down around 10th or 11th place, I believe. Maybe even 11th. And that's not counting either team getting eliminations. Hunt's still going to be able to stay alive. Shock and B looking good. What are the heals on Faxity and Sauko again? Medkit, Biggs, bandages, not the worst. Z-Link and Enact here. 470 points. If anybody is going to steal away a global championship spot, it is going to be them. Oh, the bank shot from Radgun. Not able to connect yet, but a little bit of a warning shot. Nag falling a little bit too far behind. Forced to use a shockwave to try to catch up just a little bit. Basically, I want to call it a 3-team race, 2-team race. It's 2.5 team race here. As long as they don't take damage, any surge is better than none. Somehow found elimination on the fast. They jumped on him from the sanctuary. That is like, it comes full circle. So I think it was like game 3, maybe game 4 yesterday. A team did the exact same thing. Used the cube, jumped on Faxity in this exact spot almost. Literally in this exact spot. Now, come day 2, they get a win, and they do it to somebody else. Let me see what's happening over here. Seps, Gino. Okay, Nevin's going to be down below. Phoenix and Retro, center zone for the most part. They're just playing it out. Looks like their goal here is to just play it out. Yep, metal. Starts peeking through the stair on that side. Okay, decent damage. Decent damage. Cracking the shields of darts. Still got Cougar and Trunk to worry about, though. Just trying to follow. First, second. Let's see Faxity safe at their mending machine. Zone is going to overtake him, but that's been the strategy. No reason to kind of mess it up. Involved in Vorks. They would be next up on the list after Enact and Z-Link to hopefully steal a global spot. Maybe they can push themselves into top 3. They would go from 4,000 to 5,000 each. Throw an extra 1,000 if they're able to move up that placement. Did they hear him come back here? Maybe the shockwaves earlier on in the game? Either way, they're going back to their POI. Sunken Shores or Vorks and Evolved Been uncontested most of the day. But that's not his name, bro. Why would I pronounce his name wrong? They still end up above. Still end up in a position to get damage. Even after some of the loot at their POI was taken. They don't have a striker. Double extended shotguns. Bro, where did he go down at? Somebody just went down to the zone or something? Ooh, they did get the reboot off. Trex back down. Back to being knocked. Try not to let this other elimination go out their fingers. Could be 8 points instead of 4. Could be increased storm surge positioning instead of where they're at now. And you can kind of see them assessing that situation, looking off in the distance. Is there any other teams that you need to be worried about? Not as of now. I feel for Shotgun B in this situation. 1v2. He tries to go back here. After things weren't necessarily working out already. That's why they left this spot initially. Because of Vorks and Evolved running him down time and time again. Almost gets the ramp in. Almost gets the doubles over the top. Tries for another attempt here. Shotgun. With the shockwave in the box. You got Evolved trying to cut off the other angle. But they don't want to necessarily let each other go alone. They are taking some storm damage. Could potentially be one shot away from going down as they run into each other. Staring at each other through the window. He's going to fall. Vork's going to fall. One step closer. Not bad. Not a bad position to be in. 3 med kits. Chug jugs. Big pots. Got to imagine that extra gold did wonders. Trying to see where this next zone pulls them. It is actually going up towards the chop shop. So I did say maybe a calamari zone. Battlewood up towards Lifty. It was a little bit more towards the left than I initially thought, over towards the chop shop. But anything still happen. Are you going to pay attention or anything? Like if you see anything coming through, you know? Biggest name struggling? I would think Minute and B-Dog. Wow. 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 That's definitely going to help them feel confident here to try to close this one out. Over 38 points is the difference. Phoenix and Retro don't have an elimination yet. So again, 38 points will continue to be the difference between top two. They're not risking going down early at all. Remember, they still have around up until top 11 situation to still win the tournament. Unless they're going to go on an elimination frenzy, possibly win the game. Because right now, Epic Well and Pump doing a good job of just simply staying alive. Not drawing too much attention to their location. And just continuously trying to take advantage of players low on surge. And right now, they notice Trunk Cougar shooting from their box. They immediately draw attention that direction. 630 above. 630. Trying to clear down below. Seeing if anybody else is lurking right now. The answer to that question has been given. Phoenix and Retro already in towards the center of the zone. 639 points. Salco and Faxity still got to rotate on over. But again, the extra gold. Allowed them to buy some extra med kits. They got chug jugs. They just got to worry about how they're going to get there. Because by the time they start to rotate on out, this side of the zone is going to be stacked. Maybe if they're at the underneath, they end up at somewhere near the Battlewoods. I'm not sure if they're at that one, but maybe they can end up at the Battlewoods up here and then move in. But they're not at that one, actually. So, not going to be a possibility for them. Final game, Ryan. You missed a big one. You missed a big one. Try to turn it off for now. I'll give it a second. 420 above. Oh, they pull zone. They pull zone. I'm not sure who owns the rights to that, so I'm not sure if I can. Okay, so they do got a lot of time. Epic Well and Pump got a lot of time as well. Phoenix and Retro still in zone, so they pulled zone. So the race does continue. I can banks, but that doesn't take away that they already did it, if that makes sense. Ooh, Vorks Evolve make their way in. Rapid Extinct waiting for things to open up on that edge. Epic Capel and Pump finally Shockwave off their base. In towards the zone. We know they're above the damage threshold. 76 players up. They're just going to try to get as deep as they possibly can. Especially with the target on their back. Let the zone open up. Then they're going to go ahead and try to pop some of their heals. Med kits instead of chugs. Definitely going to be the right answer here. Phoenix and Retro again. Haven't had to move. 187 though. This is where I start to get scared a little bit for Phoenix and Retro. Because whether it's this zone and the next zone, if they don't increase their surge, they're going to fall below. There are teams that are further above them on that threshold and will be in a much safer position. But right now, it's no longer a worry. No need to press the panic button just yet. Don't know why I said it like that. Ooh, Faxley just gone down. Is that fall damage or zone? It might have been zone. They have no extra heals. So it's actually better off that he did go down. Revive comes into play. Because now he's able to be up to a decent amount of HP and shield instead of 61 or 62. But he wants to make sure Salco gets the most of it first. The selfless plays coming out of Fax. Oh, Epic gets an elim. From 38 points to 42. Now that Pump has cleaned it up. It's a 42-point lead. Let me see. Yeah, 42-point lead. Oh, 333. They're looking good right now. Epic Well and Pump got to rotate out yet again. Even after that elim, they're above that damage threshold. Not trying to worry about too much. Shockwave coming out. Instead of going underneath the bridge, they do want to try to find a way to make their way up and over. I'm not sure that one's going to be a possibility. They barely missed the cut, but Epic Well still trying to stay persistent. Keep that a part of the plan. Looking through the cone, assessing the situation. 1,000 damage. So getting tagged up isn't necessarily a worry. It's just taking too much damage that you can't come back from it. They make their way in on the edge of the zone. So far, looking good. Them, Phoenix, Retro as well. Looking good for the most part. They haven't had too many early game struggles here. They somehow get a back-to-back, you know, they win. But 105 above the damage threshold. Similar position, but not too bad. Similar position, not too bad. Hold up. I'm gonna turn this back on so I don't get it spoiled for myself. Timco and Suds, I'll check real quick. I just don't want it to get spoiled. We had a close race on our hand. Doesn't look like Timco and Suds are in this game. They are out of it. Scared is out of it. Salco and Faxley just trying to have a good game here. Top 10, top 15. We'll keep them inside of the top 20. Mez and Hearn towards the outside. Narrowly dodging a good amount of damage there. That's going to be the key for them. How long they can actually stay alive in this game. And obviously, who else is falling on that leaderboard? And that gets another one on to Velo. Sports gets elimination onto Keen. Waiting for the last possible second to have to rotate on out. But not too far off away from where the zone is actually at. They're going to shockwave in the box to kind of run this one on foot. You can see them elevating their position yet again. Trying to figure out where our other teams are at when it comes to a button push. So give me a second. We go through this and it'll make the viewing experience that much better. Retro on one side. So let me do this and it'll make the viewing... Okay, there we go. See? It's going to make it that much better. Now that I know how close the button pushes are, it's going to make swapping through that much better. We go through the pain just so we can get to the glory. 695, top 27. No placement points just yet. Forks has been eliminated. Not sure if that was a knock or not. Not sure if him and Evolved still have a chance in this game, but this is game 12. The last one of the day, and it's the one that truly matters. First place still up for grabs. Top two, probably not so much. For the most part, it does look like Epic, Well, and Pump, Phoenix, and Retro will represent NA West on their journey to the Global Championship. But Phoenix and Retro still have a shot here at their first FNCS win. 202 above. Even if that's not necessarily enough, only a couple players need to go down. Oh my God, Phoenix finds the elimination. That's going to be the most important one, bringing it back down to a 38-point lead overall. That one's getting cleaned up. The loot's being grabbed, split between the two, but a whole nother team breaks into the backside of the box. Phoenix getting tagged up. He's going to fall. It's all up to Retro here by himself with the pressure of the world on his shoulders. And Axe still up. Not sure where the other ones are at. Baxi's still up. Watch him for a second. Epic Well and Pump in the distance. We can easily switch on over. Really no builds. 23 overall. Placement points are starting to set in, though. That's going to be the big thing for Faxity and Salco. How many more placement points they can stretch out of this. If any elims they can grab to get back into this. We've seen it happen multiple times throughout different regions. There goes an opportunity there with B-Dog taking a big shot. Now they have to decide, is it worth going for? Because as of now, there is going to be a down. Epic Well has fallen. Epic Well has fallen. Pump is now left up by himself outside of the zone. Solo on solo action here. How long can Epic Well keep himself going in this game? Faxity and Salco have just gone down 21st place overall. I'm not sure if that's enough to keep them inside of the top 20. We'll wait to see how the leaderboard shakes out after this one. But for now, Pump trying to keep them inside of this game, trying to figure out where the competition is at. It is going to be Retro outside of the zone as well, looking up, trying to grab any angles that he can. It's him versus Minute for the zone, and Minute actually goes down. Pump staying alive. They're climbing, but Pump is not getting eliminations. Retro and Phoenix are on the other side. If Pump were to just go down here, this is such a doable situation as a solo, but he has almost maximum materials. 70 on the Chug Jug. He's taken scratches and scrapes along the way, and now he's running into Rapid and Extinct. They dodge him, though. Pump is doing all he can to keep himself alive, but persistence is there. They know it. He's a solo, and say they want to get the elimination. Pump exposed himself just a little bit too much to the high ground. Top 11 situation. The perfect storm is brewing right now. 250 plus points on the day for Pump. He is going to fall. Retro seems to still be alive. He gets the siphon. His second elimination, third one for the team. Top 7 situation here. How can he close the gap? That's going to be the biggest thing. Can he do it? Is there enough points on the board? Retro with a solo clutch of a lifetime, sliding through these builds, but it's costing him all of his materials. He's getting targeted out, falls into Rat Gun, lands the first shot. Retro, this is just absolute chaos at its finest. Oh my God, Retro! He gets another elimination on the Blood Gangsta. FNCS on the line. He is cold as can be, and he is one of 3 different solos left in this game. There's one duo still up. He needs the points here. He needs the placement, but there's no extra build. He's challenging him on high ground, and he goes down. Retro, what is the point difference? Is it enough? Z-Link and Enact, they're on the heels of second place, but it's so far gone. Enact goes down. Rat Gun versus Z-Link, 1v1 for the last game of the day, and Z-Link's gonna close it out. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. 2 elims would have tied. So they needed 9 points. They lose the tiebreaker because of the 3 victory rounds. They lost it by 9 points. 4th place. 1 elim top 2. 2 elims 3rd place. But Epic Well is your 7-time FNCS.
Ladies and gentlemen, the results are in. Epic Well and Pump are your FNCS Major 2 champions!
I don't know how that sounded, to be honest. Bro, the generational curse, dude. Oh my God, that was such a close one. That was such a close one. Bro, NA, let's watch it again. I don't know how much of this replay got captured, but let's watch it again. The situation, the perfect storm is brewing right now. 250 plus points on the day for Pump. He is going to fall. Retro seems to still be alive. He gets the siphon. His 2nd elimination, 3rd one for the team. Top 7 situation here. How can he close the gap? That's going to be the biggest thing. Can he do it? Is there enough points on the board? Retro with a solo clutch of a lifetime, sliding through these builds, but it's costing him all of his materials. He's getting targeted out, falls into Rat Gun, lands the first shot. Retro, this is just absolute chaos at its finest. Oh my God, Retro! He gets another elimination on the Blood Gangsta. FNCS on the line. He is cold as can be, and he is one of 3 different solos left in this game. There's 1 duo still up. He needs the points here. He needs the placement, but there's no extra build. He's challenging him on high ground, and he goes down. Retro, what is the point difference? Is it enough? Z-Link and Enact, they're on the heels of 2nd place, but it's so far gone. Enact goes down. Rat Gun versus Z-Link, 1v1 for the last game of the day, and Z-Link's gonna close it out. If he would have, and I know, I don't know. But if he would have fought the solos down below and got both of those eliminations, that would have been 8 points plus the placement, and he would have won. He went after the duo up above. That would have got him 8 points plus the placement. So either which way, he needed 2 elims and the placement. Yeah, they got land qual though. That was, you know, I've been calling Phoenix and Retro all season. One of the best teams in the region. They give me a reason to believe in. I can't think of anything else that rhymes like that, so we stop there. This was good, dude. Top 20. Top 20. Top 20. Because it didn't matter, they needed both of them, or they needed them to go down early, or them for that matter. They needed them to go down early for that 15 elimination to matter. But that is crazy. I didn't even notice. No, thank you, Frost. At least they qualified. Yep, Riz. Stayed away. I hope it was worth it, Solar. I hope it was worth it. 100 points behind 3rd. Oh, my God. Look at this gap. 1st and 2nd. 70 points. 100 points. Like, we thought Central was top heavy. Yo, thank you, Coil. Who, LJ? Who? Enact, Z-Link, Retro, Pump. Who else? Compton, Snevy, Devry, Peralta. Exotic. Hits. What was that? 14? 40. That's 100. Plus another 16. That was half their points in one game. Good job, Stu. I knew his name was something. Winning a game is hard, so I don't care what anybody says. Winning a game is hard. Sometimes you get the perfect storm. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't. Let me just double check. Is that the points? Yeah, that's the points. I always got to double and triple check. Some like earlier today, I was refreshing and like it wasn't working. But that is gonna do it for me today. That is gonna do it for me. Bro, I am beat. I am beat. 24 games this weekend. 8 global qualifiers, 2 FNCS champions, and a bunch of friends made in the stream. Thank you guys so much. Don't be shy. We are friends. Sorry that some people spoiled it, and for like the first time ever, I had to put on sub-only mode or whatever. But I don't like doing that. I'd like to just engulf myself in the experience, though. So, you know, I did ban some of those guys. So for anybody that might have spoiled your chatting experience, I am sorry. Obviously, you know who to point the finger at. Not me. Not me, though. Not me. Anybody but me. Maybe I'll take a little credit because, I mean, that's bound to happen eventually, right? But Kurt, thank you for the sub, bro. We just kind of had a lot of support in the stream today. We reached 24,000 plus followers, dude. You know, I got to thank Ozzy. I got to thank Fax. I got to thank, you know, Clicks, the massive raids, Oliver OG raids, Gripe yesterday raid. You know what I mean? So it's been a huge experience, a huge journey so far this past year. And honestly, I'm just happy, you know. I'm happy the Fortnite, you know, gives me something to be passionate about. I'm passionate about so many other things, but casting, entertaining, putting on a good show, being a positive experience, I try my hardest. I try my hardest. So if you guys ever need anything, right? If you guys ever need anything at all, if you guys click this Linktree link, you'll see my Twitter and my Instagram on there. Don't be afraid to send me a message. I do reply to most messages, probably like 90% of messages. I don't necessarily reply to the Hays, the Yos, or if you just tweet me something or you send me your tweet with no context. Some people have done that, which I don't really know how to reply to that. But I do like to reply. I do like to communicate with the people inside of the community, both big and small. So don't be afraid to hit me up. We are going to be doing a recap for FNCS finals this weekend. Obviously, it was like a movie. You got a podcast? Not a podcast, but I do have something cooking up. It's not mine, but I do have something cooking up. So I got YouTube content, got shorts, I got the stream, and I got something cooking up. We got a map coming out, Specs. We need to get a thumbnail, and then we got a map coming out. So, I mean, I'm just, you know, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, and I hope that everybody that's here is ready for a good time as well and the time to enjoy yourself. So, these streams, if you guys are new here, eval finals, division finals, anything that's a set lobby and I can get in replay mode, this is the type of vibe that I have. Full FNCS casting vibe. Obviously, I communicate with chat, which I can't do on the FNCS broadcast. But outside of that, I try to go in the mode. I try to give everybody their moment. I look for fights, not necessarily sticking on only the top teams. As you see, some people in chat say, hey, can you check on so-and-so? I do try my best to make sure everybody, you know, is able to see who they're a fan of. You know what I mean? I want people to not be scared to be fans of their favorite players, their favorite teams, or their friends. So I just want to say I appreciate everybody in here. Wheat Streak is like 130,000. You know what I'm saying? Lotto came in here. Dev was in here. Biscuit was in here. Shuffle was in here. I just don't want to leave any names out, bro. Ink was in here, bro. Love you, brother. I'm just very appreciative, and I feel like I am blessed. Solar, you dodged the generational curse. I'm never going to forget that. So I just want to say thank you guys. From my heart to your guys' heart, just know that I already know time is the number one thing you guys can't get back. So I appreciate you guys spending the time with me here this weekend. Not just today, but this weekend. So thank you guys so much. You know, it was definitely a great time. I couldn't have asked for a better community to kind of share with. And I hope to see you guys. My bad. I hope to see you guys on the next one. Beep, beep. I like to honk a little bit, you know. Bye-bye. Adios. Bye-bye. The situation, the perfect storm is brewing right now. 250 plus points on the day for Pump. He is going to fall. Retro seems to still be alive. He gets the siphon. His second elimination, third one for the team. Top 7 situation here.
How can he close the gap? That's going to be the biggest thing. Can he do it? Is there enough points on the board? Retro with a solo clutch of a lifetime, sliding through these builds, but it's costing him all of his materials. He's getting targeted out, falls into Rat Gun, lands the first shot. Retro, this is just absolute chaos at its fine. Oh my God, Retro! He gets another elimination on the Blood Gangsta. FNCS on the line.